We've come a long way from first year to final year, and somehow we made it. It wasn't easy. Endless assignments, tight deadlines, sleepless nights, and an array of projects that brought us together to this moment. But through it all, we showed up, we learned, we grew, and while we chased deadlines, we also made memories. The laughter, the moments, the people. That's what stayed with us. Because this journey was never just about the work, it was about the connection we made and the stories that we now carry with us. Now is the time to make our voices mean something, to turn everything we've learned into impact. This is our time, our voice, our impact. But beyond the work, there were moments that made it all worth it. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the Media Magnified interview. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling amazing.
Okay.
I am feeling wonderful. I'm feeling amazing.
Give me a minute.
Introduction.
Oh, sorry.
My name is
Okay. Let go.
One more time. Alright.
Okay.
See those vendors?
Get out! Get out of here!
I'm Joel Francis, and this is One Project, 5 Voices. What?
Personally, I knew a man who worked at Tradespin. That's a small eatery where a lot of vendors, small vendors go and sell. So he now is out of business due to the lack of work.
We've come a long way from first year to final year, and somehow we made it. It wasn't easy. Endless assignments, tight deadlines, sleepless nights, and an array of projects that brought us together to this moment. But through it all, we showed up, we learned, we grew, and while we chased deadlines, we also made memories. The laughter, the moments, the people. That's what stayed with us. Because this journey was never just about the work, it was about the connection we made and the stories that we now carry with us. Now is the time to make our voices mean something, to turn everything we've learned into impact. This is our time, our voice, our impact. But beyond the work, there were moments that made it all worth it. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the Media Magnified interview. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling amazing.
Okay.
I am feeling wonderful. I'm feeling amazing.
Give me a minute.
Introduction.
Oh, sorry.
My name is
Okay. Let go.
One more time. Alright.
Okay.
See those vendors?
Get out!
I'm Joel Francis, and this is One Project, 5 Voices. What?
Personally, I knew a man who worked at Tradespin. That's a small eatery where a lot of small vendors go and sell. So he now is out of business due to the lack of
That's what I'm wrong.
So, Kaya, how does it feel to be champion for another sports day?
You know, I just came out here to do my best, and I made my team proud, my coach proud. Big up them Mario.
Big up, coach.
Big up, coach. One.
You can't bribe the door on your way to the sky. You look pretty good down here, but you ain't really good. We never learned the way before. Why are we always stuck in running from the bullet? The bullet. We never learned the way before. Why are we always stuck in running from the bullet? The bullet. Just stop your crying, it's a sign of the time.
Yes, keep them top.
We gotta get away from We gotta get away from here. Just stop your crying, it'll be alright. They told me that the end is near. We gotta get away from here. Just stop your crying and have the time of your life. We're breaking through the atmosphere, and things are pretty good
Watch your focus, life's so glorious when you know it's just part of growing up. After every dark night,
We've
there
come
is
a
a
long
new
way
day.
from
And with
first year
every new
to
day, I
final.
free a new
And
way.
somehow
That mean a one
we
more
made it.
gone, that mean a one less left. So one more chance to make it one well spent. Man hell bent and satisfy them own greed. I spend the money them don't have and what them don't need. And cause them don't read, that mean it don't reason. A time for which there is just no season, no season.
Don't wait until I'm gone away. Don't wait until I'm gone away.
After I'm gone,
When I'm gone,
will be too late to show you care. You got to love me while I'm here and still with you. Cause after I'm gone,
when I'm gone,
all of the tears will be in vain.
In
Only
vain.
the memories will remain.
what remained for me? Can't rest in peace if you live in war. Don't make the conflict reach too far. Here one day and you're gone tomorrow. Next week funeral wreaths and flowers. Forget the hours or the time you spent up keeping the malice and it don't make sense now. So you intend to treat me when it dread. Now come the day the heart when I'm no fish and bread.
After I'm gone,
When I'm gone
will
away,
be too late to show you care. You got to love me while I'm here and still with you. Cause after I'm gone,
when I'm gone,
all of the tears will be in vain. Only the memories will remain.
feel the same. Then and only then shall we be independent. That's the message. Check the message. You better change up the structure. We on the way to destruction. So change up the structure, because we can't take destruction. So take control of them. Tell police officers and soldier men, say we want track with streets and road again. All we head high and broad again. Then and only then take control of them. Tell police officers and soldier men, say we want track with streets and road again. All we head high and broad again. Then and only then. Cause independence no mean on the grill party scene or colonial regime. Yeah, we know all them schemes. Now show no meaning, no straight them just lean in. Them fight out the
green and cigarette them come in. But Jamaica assets and the people, I beg you start treat them good, stop all them out, all them people. Them set up public housing fee and close them, imprison them by the thousands so they control again. Tell police officers and soldier men, say we want lock the streets and road again. People we get high and proud again. Then and only then take control again. Tell police officers and soldier men, say we want try with streets and road again. Hold we head high and proud again. Then and only then. So them give we flag, them give we anthem. Not even give we half away, we need to execute them, plan them. So we still dependent on them. Them just a wait for we to come back and hang out with empty hand them. You talk the truth and you get condemned. Walter Rodney speak a bit, we own a government, go ban him. Them want to block we overstanding while we do the wrong thing. That's why the song.
We've come a long way from first year to final year, and somehow we made it. It wasn't easy. Endless assignments, tight deadlines, sleepless nights, and an array of projects that brought us together to this moment. But through it all, we showed up, we learned, we grew, and while we chased deadlines, we also made memories. The laughter, the moment, the people, that's what stayed with us. Because this journey was never just about the work, it was about the connection we made and the stories that we now carry with us. Now is the time to make our voices mean something, to turn everything we've learned into impact. This is our time, our voice, our impact.
It make you wish
But
you were never born.
there were moments that made it all worth it. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the Media Magnified interview. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. I am feeling wonderful. I'm feeling amazing.
Such a cold, cold girl. Hey, and what will my story be? Is there a future for me inside your cold, cold world? Hey. Well, I heard, but I could not believe it. You were out all night on the town. I would call your phone, home alone, and you were nowhere around. I would wait like a child on his birthday. All of my waiting was in vain. Oh my heart, baby, the day you're gone left me. And if you never needed my love, why didn't you say so? Oh, hey. And if you wanted someone to play with, why didn't you let me know? Instead of walking out the door and stepping out on your own, got a heart made of stone. Such a cold, cold girl. Whoa, and my story
We've come a long way from
is there
first
a
year to
future
final
for
year,
me
and
inside your cold, cold world? If I listen, wouldn't lose focus on my mission. You weren't gold, but you would glisten. Gave you my all, and now you're dissing. Now I'm wishing I'd never met you, and wondering how could I have let you get the best of me. Now I regret you, and even though I try, I can't forget you. Oh, if all you wanted was someone to play with, why didn't you say so? Hey, and if you never needed my love, why didn't you let me know? Instead of walking out the door, and now you're stepping out on your own. You've got a heart made of stone. You're such a cold, cold girl. And what could you have been through to make you do the things you do inside your cold, cold world?
Now in comes the musical thing from the King's Offspring, Jesse.
Some people you're right, and them still choose to show you hate. Sure. Run them out of your yard. From them I play bad game, I them a backbiters. Hypocritical, two-sideless. We call them modern day Judas, the spreaders of rumors. Oh, them a backbiters. Hypocritical, two-sideless. We call them modern day Judas, spreaders of rumors. Hey, hey, so why should I be afraid of you when you bleed just like I do? The more you try to fight, judge, your light keeps shining through. So I've got no time for you.
No sound. Now in comes the musical theme from the King's Offspring, Jesse. Sweet.
Cha. Some people you're right, and them still choose to show you hate. Cha. Run them out of your yard. From them I play bad game. Hey, backbiters, hypocritical, two-sideless. We call them modern day Judas, the spreaders of rumors. Oh, them a backbiters, hypocritical, two-sideless. We call them modern day Judas.
The most high word, seeking the kingdom first. We're doing the most high word, seeking the kingdom first. Reverend, I hold the king closest to my heart. The words I sing must honor him with reverence. Must be set apart with love and understanding. I did not for his majesty. Some people there, he's given our instructions that the old and infants keep the weak ones fed. This must be the mission when the times get dread. Peace and joy from humble service of life instead. Just said, tread not on the path of the wicked. Do not even eat of their tables or bank on their illusions, but instead walk in the light. For truth cannot be overcome by might. So I and I make selfishness irrelevant.
So great is him.
I hold the king closest to my heart. The words I sing must honor him with reverence.
No sound.
My life must be set apart with love and overstanding.
Hey DJ Nassau.
Yes, Africa stretch forth her hands and give thanks for the deliverance of a man who stands firm in his own countenance. Oh, I descended upon the mountain of Zion. I saw is the lion. The world shall know. So great is him, I know how great is the King of all kings, yes. So great is him, I know great is the King of all kings, yes. For of life, for black, for white, for red, green, and gold. Ethiopia stands bold, while Marcus I prophecy is unfold. Yes, never you wait, for the time is now. Can't wait till judgment come. Tomorrow never forward. Tomorrow never forward. No. In my Father's house there are many mansions, and if it wasn't so, then I wouldn't say so, no.
Chronics, left and right, just how does I come, left and right. Bella, bella, bella. Ooh, yeah. And them say, here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I and I start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Welcome. Why? Hey. Chronics, left and right. Just soldiers are come, left and right. Bella, baby. Ooh, yeah. Ah, boy. And them say, here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I and I start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Ay. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for axes who at the general issue in a warning. Job people them a ball, said them tired of mediocre. Evil a go fall when we tried in Ethiopia. Me leaving from down, cause them life no easy boat. Even Bantan said it's not an easy road. Operation occupy the motherland, calling all soldiers to kind each other along. From creation, he writing a job plan, but Chronics can't do it alone. So I'm recruiting soldiers coming from near and far, right through. Executing Selassie works and the Rastafari right through. And them say, here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I'm on a start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for axes who I did a issue when I want.
Hey, DJ Nassau.
Looking at me face when you a talk to me, and span me waist might have it draw for me. Because me nah sit and wait. The law place a move strange, watch how you walk to me. Looking at me face when you a talk to me, and span me waist might have it draw for me. Because me nah sit and wait on the law. The place moving hot right and now, when it hot right and now. When the clock fire shot round the clock, you can't turn back. And some time for reversal of pints where them plot make you drop off the map. So you see wise here, they blaming the music. They say that it's rooted in dancehall or trap. Well, if that's the case, then what's the excuse you will use when good youths get shoot by the cops? The cops.
Hold on.
Like royal. If I make it in a you are gonna be living like royalty. So me have to say the thing right. Never ever have to think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me have to say the thing right. Never ever have to think twice, no way. Me used to sleep on Stagger Coach. Me used to sleep on Corey Coach. Them and they never left me out. Me used to live at Eddie House. Me never keep me own a key. Shakima used to let me out. Me bring him with me go LA. It's like a him get nominated. Watch the Grammy side of me. Cause how much people can you say?
would feed you when you're hungry, when you're broke, then bless you with money. But I have been so fortunate, surrounded by so many people, make sure say me compensating. And them the thing me can't forget. Your daughter and my daughter wants me living, she no happy fret. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me happy set it in a right. Never ever happy think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me happy set it in a right. Like royalty, royalty. Hey.
Roto, man I set it like 3 yard. Remember when me get me first under a card. Cartel say clocks up and it did record. Shell the world me first, eat record. Call me blessed them reaping the reward. Make me first meal, I remember when me used to starve. Pull up Irish town, Pops got our protege, them cannot sabotage. Like a iPhone 11 summer charge. Puff my ganja in front the sergeant. Oh them surprise, oh man I live. So me gain the blessing, yo I so me give.
Hey, if I ever make it in a life, yeah, he said he think alright. Never ever happy think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like, hey, I me say so me happy say he think alright. Never ever happy think twice, no way. Mommy put her money where you're out there. Empty bank account support me talent out, yeah. Everything me up, you get it time 1,000. How me feel repaying amount of money won't spend. Now we must see rough, see me in a torment. People call me rough like up in the apartment. Remember me they tell you there would be a moment when the work we put in would have pay a flow sense.
With the baseline, up in the daytime. Had a late night, but I never laid. I never stay down. I hope your day's fine. We should spend the day now. Hey, I'm gonna make time, so you should make time. And we should play. I have enough things to say. Hi, let's run away. We can take a vacation. Treasure creation, okay. Hey, we'll go from land to sea. Yeah, this ain't no fantasy, darling. Do anything you want, do. Let me take your worries off you. Stay right here next to me. Yeah, you're in good company, darling. Go anywhere you want, go. Better come back tomorrow because I know it's hard to trust sometimes, but it's harder to be lonely. Yeah, so would you rather to be lonely? Yeah, no way. I know you're scared to give your heart, but you gotta get to know me. Yeah, I said you gotta get to know me. Yeah. In at the place, drive up in at the Benz, yeah. Dep on the ends, vibes up you and your friends, yeah. All them a chat, I say I walk into them, yeah. All them a chat, I say them can't make no friend, yeah. Pull up again, go up on the south end, yeah. By coconut and go rocky boat them, yeah. All them a chat, say we no worry about friend, yeah. Well, I say I walk into them. Coming after my soul, wanting to take control. Wanna give me laughs, wanna give me bling, wanna give me all material things. I hear them talking about what the world has to offer. Girl, what you doing, don't you see what they have done to Bedouin and Marcus, Jesus and all of the prophets? But I'm not afraid, no, I'm not afraid. them a come, let them come, cause I'm protected by the Most High One. They don't mind when you fall behind and can't pay your bills on time. Prostituting and standing in a them government line. No, and they don't mind when you waste your time coming up with some stupid lines, influencing the youth, them for snort a line and take a life.
No people come to Jamaica and don't know how we live things. Say everything nice, true, we full of vibes and thing. Them same one feel it to them heart when them get few understand the real thing. Yeah, me day at town one day, up with a white man we come all the way from Norway. And he turned to me and say, how comes Jamaica full of so much screw face? Same time I lift me head to the sky, and a teardrop fall from me high. Me say my youth come we go out for a drive. Let me show you why me cry. Look on the gully side. Do you see anything to smile about? Look at that hungry child, yeah. Do you see anything to smile about? Look at the schools where the youth them go forget them education. Do you see anything to smile about? Look at the conditions of our police stations. Do you see anything to smile about? Smile about. Same time the brother say, how can the nation be living this way? And the next thing him say, how can the government play so many games? Same time my heart fall to the ground, cause there's much more where that comes from. Certain place they are worse than slum. Youth man come and take a look on Riverton. Do you see anything to smile about? Look on Painland, yeah. Do you see anything to smile about? Flankers, Mobe and Saffron's Heights in Spain. Do you see anything to smile about? What flats, Kent, Motown, they're all the same. Do you see anything to smile about? No, no. No, 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 no.
Microphone check, microphone check, microphone check. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. All right, welcome to Media Magnified 2026. We know we're off to a little late start, but we want to assure you that we are putting things together, and we will be with you in just a moment. Have your time, browse the projects. These projects were created by final year Bacat students right here at the University of Technology. All right, glad to hear that. So if you haven't gotten a chance to look at any of the projects in the exhibition area, this is your opportunity. We are going to kickstart everything at 2 p.m. So this is your time to engage with the creators, ask them their inspiration behind their videos, their audio documentaries, their campaigns, the text and image. There's a whole lot here for you today, and we want you to ensure that you see everything, enjoy everything, and of course get magnified, right? Yes. All right, so until that time, DJ Nassau, take it away.
Oh na na na, na 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 na. Yes, the plain land, it's the plain land. 100 pound of calibre, that where they get it from. The plain land, it's the plain land. Struggle up myself with a interrogation. The plain land, the plain land, the plain land. Make up my mind to face the immigration. The plain land, it's the plain land. Struggle up myself with take interrogation. Search them, I search for Taliban. Searching mass distraction. Dash me toothpaste, dash me stimulant. Hold the day a ball and dash my medication. Draw up my belt, left my pants in my hand. Scan all me eye, ask me where me come from. Take off my shoes, them and say take off your tam. If them ever find a with a spliff, you gone another land. The plain land, yes the plain land. 100 pound of quality, tell me where they get it from. The plain land, yes the plain land. Struggle up myself with take interrogation. The plain land, yes the plain land. Make up my mind to face the immigration. The plain land, yes the plain land. Struggle up myself with take interrogation. Travel over land, travel over sea, doing the works of His Majesty. In this new world order, what do you got on me? In this new millennium, Babylon I try to keep the youth down. Music alone we sing, that's what we bring.
Knocking at your door, open up and let it occupy your vacancy, so I can guarantee more of some pleasure, less pain, more passion, baby. I'm blessed to be the lucky man that I am with you, a part of my plan daily. So if you're listening, girl, I hope that you'll understand me. Oh, there's nothing I can give that I'm not already given, baby. There's nothing I can do that I'm not already done. No. So what will it take to ensure that you'll be giving me the melody to my song? Voice and do it just a touch from the hand of my baby brings that sensual feeling. And yes, it sends a rush from my upper to my lower body when it's time for that healing. Arousingly high of love. This pleasure's got my brain in the ceiling. I'm floating all around.
All my ladies now, you're again, yeah. Anytime you need a lover, call on me. I'll be waiting. Anytime you need a lover, call on me. My heart is aching. Call on me. Anytime you want to. Call on me.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, while you stream, look at everything that is in the hallway here, we're going to be talking to some of the creators of the projects. And right behind me here is the website category. And of course, there's interaction happening here. And Madam Creator is looking at me, nodding away. And I want her to join me right here because we want to hear the inspiration behind this website. Come.
Hi, everyone. All right, so the inspiration behind this website was, due to migration and assimilation, I saw the need to create something for persons who live in the diaspora, because we know we have over 3 million persons living abroad. So I wanted to create a space where they could remember where they're coming from, remember the Jamaican culture, remember the gems of Jamaica, and just connect with each other, because we have a community blog where persons can talk to each other, private message each other, and just connect. So that's the inspiration behind Jamaica.
All right, awesome. And I think this is a very practical, workable website. And we want to hear what are the different categories, because we're talking about migration, we're talking about people moving abroad and losing a little bit of their culture. Please just let us know how many things you've covered with this website that Jamaicans abroad and Jamaicans locally can interact with.
All right, so we have 5 categories. We have food, we have attraction, folklore, religion, and another one. So we have 5 gems of Jamaica, and we also have interactive games. We also have proverbs, and I also have a photo gallery where, it brings back the nostalgic feeling. So when persons who live abroad go on the website, and not only for persons who live abroad, because we do have persons here in Jamaica who they really don't know about their culture. So the website is here to, teach them so that it can bring back that memory, that joy of the Jamaica we know and love.
Awesome. So there you have it. This is Kennedy Haney, the developer of Jamaica. Of course, we have other websites here, and we also have a Media Magnified website. And of course, you'll be hearing more about that further down into the program. But we're going to move right along to the text and image era right here, because we're not only doing websites, we're not only doing audio documentaries, we're not only doing video documentaries, but guess what? We have text as well. I'm not seeing any of the creators close to me. Well, Madame Beyonce is here, and she is the creator of Ruins to Restoration. Tell us the inspiration behind your project.
Well, good evening, everyone. The inspiration behind my project is, you all know that Hurricane Melissa struck Southwest St. Elizabeth hard. No, I wanted to show everyone how we are bouncing back and how normal people, everyday people, teachers, fishermen, farmers, how they're bouncing back and coming back to life. And we all know that, certain things are out on the nose, so the banana them can't get. So you wanted to bring them to life and show them, so the farmer them the boat and how they're coming back too.
Awesome sauce. Of course, the farmers are the backbone of Jamaica. And everybody knows St. Elizabeth is which parish? I didn't want the creator to answer. I was hoping the audience would have answered. But of course, the breadbasket parish. And when in the era that we're in, and we talk about a lot of food security and that type of thing, it is very important that we're shedding the light on ruins to restoration. So of course, we're inviting you to look at the developments here. Text and image has quite a bit. So if it is that you have not seen it yet, don't worry, we have a full website that you guys are able to look at afterwards. Of course, if you look to my left, you'll see our lecturer, Miss Maribel Allo, and our university's provost, Professor Charmaine Barrett. Of course, they're not hearing because they're listening to our very engaging documentaries that, not me, I didn't create a documentary, but of course, I'm very proud of my batchmates. So I'm just going to ask Miss Allo, you've been watching, just give us a little snippet of what you think so far and the work that your students have been doing.
Well, I'm very proud of what I've seen so far. I've been trying to go through as many as possible. The first one I looked at dealt with students with disabilities. And I think that is a topic that is often overlooked, because I do see students on campus with disabilities and I often wonder how they survive. And it's not just physical disabilities, mental disabilities, and it really covers different areas. So you got a little sample of what students are going through, and I even said to Kay that this is something that needs greater coverage. And so I'm seeing where students have chosen topics that really are topical, and we need to spend more time thinking about the realities of different Jamaicans. So I am proud.
Thank you. And if you know anything about Miss Allo, to hear the word proud, it is a lot, because guess what? Miss Allo is one of our top lecturers here at the University of Technology. And when she says she's proud, that means that we are do good. So we're going to move on to Professor Charmaine Barrett. I see you're watching Music That Heals. Tell us about not the inspiration, but what you've seen so far and how you're enjoying the exhibition today.
Well, I, as Mr. Lowe says, I'm very proud of the work I'm seeing. I think there is a lot to learn. Well, I am learning a lot here as I look at the various videos. I'm at the video section. I was over by what is over there now?
The website.
The website, and I was learning quite a bit. And so, but I really think it's an outstanding work. Outstanding work, and every year I come, I say every student is successful, whether they are top or not top, because it takes a lot to produce these things, and I'm seeing some clean, good quality work that I'm proud of. So congratulations to all the producers of the various things that I'm looking at, and to the mentors and those who supported them on their journey.
And I'd also like to convey my congratulations. I didn't say that. So congratulations to all of you, and I expect even greater things from, Yes, and I'm expecting even greater things from all of you.
All right, awesome. This is just the tip of the iceberg that we have here today. You have a lot coming. We have a jam-packed show for you. But until then, this is our poster wall. All these posters were created by the creators of the projects today. You look at them, you can critique them, and of course, the inspiration behind each is in the text that is chosen, the design, the colors, and everything that we have here today is very intentional. And speaking of intentional, of course, we want you to move inside now because we are almost ready to start today's program, and we want you to enjoy everything. You'll have time afterwards to browse the other projects. So we're going to ask that you enter Lecture Theatre 48. That's the one that is dressed, that you guys were a part of just now. And we'll talk to you in just a moment. But until then, thank you so much for being here. And we'll see you on the inside.
Rastafari never leave I alone. So even when the road get rocky, me say me never give up. I said there ain't no giving in. And when the going get tough, I said the tough get going. My people, don't give up. I said there ain't no giving in. No, Rastafari guide I and I from the beginning. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A lot of youths in life say them can't take the pressure no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But from your trust in the most high life, I go get better, I'm sure. The youth juggle on the roadside, Babylon say fi take up your bag and go. Boy, but we still not give up. Me say we solid as a rock like Kalanje. Not give up. I said there ain't no giving in. And when the going get tough, I said the tough gets going. One juggle your fruits, don't give up. I said there ain't no giving in, mama. Rastafari guide I and I from the beginning. Why oh? Teach and all I hear them a talk about a war and crime and pollution and them economical solution. Sure, we no want no capitalists. I assess them out with I'm and chalice. And we no want no big business plan. We no want no promise from the UN. Hear me now. Just take a look how the world is. Is a handful of man run the world business. For 2,000 years them a plan this. It's so deep them no care if me sang it. Them deep with science and I use it against we people. Say we men we go through this. But poverty is no accident. Them mashing up the world with the roads and cement. We know. Whoa, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Chimney, hey DJ, can you play that song?
You see the woman, them we are brave. Hey, chimney, give me a little one drop. Make the bassline roll and catch. I'm in love how the rhythm just a tap. Me, I'm a woman a rock. Give me a little one drop. Make the bassline roll and catch. I make we couple up and what a vibe non-stop. Stop, stop, stop. This the bean well clean, so fresh. Oh yes, so blessed. Give me a little one drop. Make the bassline roll non-stop. Me love how the rhythm just a tap. Me I'm a woman a rock. Give me a little one drop. The music from Jamaica. I make we couple up and double up and all I vibe non-stop. It's like the drum and the bass line. You have it to hold you wind up your waistline. On it, me make one stop for just one drop of your love. To hold you at me up a strap with lyrics. Give me the words and the melody to sing it. So make one stop, one drop of your love. Oh, one drop. Make the bass line roll non-stop. I'm in love how the music a top. Me, I'm a woman a rock. Give me a little one drop. Come back with couple of one, double love.
Is this a dream? Am I awake? Moon on your skin, hands round your waist. Music is love, and I hear tune up play. The way how you move, it got me feeling away, 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 away. Is this a dream? Am I awake? Moon on your skin, hands round your waist. Music is love, and I hear tune up play. The way how you move, it got me feeling away, away, away. Baby, tell me, can you feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it? Baby, tell me, can you feel it, feel it? Girl, let me know when you are feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Let me know when you are feeling. Is this a dream? Am I awake? Moon on your skin, hands round your waist. Music is love, and I hear tune up play. The way how you move, it got me feeling away, away, away. Yeah, bassline, want on it up until she feel it in her spine. Excess amount of the style man a bring. Boom tune a play, girl balance man redeem, redeem, redeem. Earth start to shake and the world start to spin. Can't take no break, lift it up, start again.
Now, and I believe somehow we're in a perfect place. Finally, she wants to come and stay. Can't wait another day. And no, I don't feel so far away. Oh yeah, I got you beside of me. Perfect place, finally. She wants to come and stay. Can't wait another day. And no, I don't feel so far away. Jaja,
we make everything work out. So right, you just have to trust him and you can never have no doubt. The same one who said that I could never get the chance to take her out. Look at us now, watching movies from the same couch. Finally, she loves me now. And I believe somehow we're in a perfect place. Finally, she wants to come and stay. Can't wait another day. And now I don't. Now the weekends are spent at the beach or the riverside. She's always up for the ride, and she likes to be up in the hills, far away from the noise when she just wanna chill. She wants to hear the birds and bees when they sing, and I'm glad that she does, cause it's my kind of thing. You can call it a perfect match. I'm just happy that she let me. Flowers and flames, love is your name.
Please stand for the playing of Jamaica's national anthem. Just a moment, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we'll ask for you to remain standing for the playing of Jamaica's national anthem.
Mike, please remain standing for prayer. Bow your heads while I pray. Most righteous and eternal God, as we come before you this afternoon, mighty God, I thank you, Lord God, for bringing us here together, Lord God, for this occasion. Father, Lord God, we, the final year students, Lord Jesus, as we share our stories and information, Lord God, I pray, Lord God, that this occasion, Lord God, will be impactful, Lord God. Father, Lord Jesus, I pray, Lord God, that you will be with us this afternoon. I pray, Lord God, that you will take full control today. I pray, Lord God, that you will guide us and protect us, cover us under your blood, and be with us in your most precious.
Media Magnified 2026 Voices of Impact.
Stories that
Documented.
Voices amplified.
Impact made.
President Dr. Kevin Brown, Deputy President and Provost Professor Shermaine Barrett,
Acting Dean, Dr. Granville Peter. Acting Vice Dean, Dr. Henry Lewis.
Head of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Dr. Warwick Latibadir, other distinguished guests, lecturers, students, friends, families, and supporters, both here in the audience and those joining online.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Media Magnified 2026. I am Tamoni Ellis.
And I am Aaron Brown.
And it's an honor being one of the ones guiding you through Media Magnified 2026.
I promise you it's going to be an epic event. This is going to be one to remember, guys. You're at the right place at the very right time. Now, Media Magnified is the media and communication exhibition mounted by final year students in the Bachelor of Arts in Communication Arts and Technology, Bacat.
Today, you join us in celebrating the creativity, the passion, and the tenacity of our batchmates. We hope that when you peruse our projects displayed, you will see our hard work and, of course, our dedication, and that they will captivate, inspire, and entertain you.
And trust me, you hear Tamoni say dedication, a whole heap of hard work and dedication going at it. And don't panic just yet if you have not yet been able to see, listen, or, get a bit of what the projects are about. Don't panic just yet. On the other side, you will get a chance to go outside and view the projects, listen to those who you listen to, and watch the ones that you have to watch.
Thank you for that timely reminder, Aaron, because there is no communication without an audience, and you are our audience for this afternoon.
Indeed, Tamoni. Now that we have all the formalities out of the way, we'd like to proceed with the formalities. I'd like to call to this stage the president of the institution, Professor Shermaine Barrett, to greet us at this moment. Well, Professor Shermaine Barrett will be representing our president, Dr. Kevin Brown. So, ladies and gentlemen, please make her welcome.
So these are the subtle ways we get into trouble. Yes. I don't like this mic. Can I borrow yours? Your mic seems like, unless they turned you down a while ago, but it seems like you were projecting a little more. So distinguished colleagues, are there any family members in the room? Any family members? All right. I was in your place a year or two ago, so we welcome you. Now I'm getting what I want to get. Thank you. Industry partners, students, and most importantly, our completing students. Notice I'm not saying graduating students, completing students. It's always a pleasure to join the Bacat final project display, Media Magnified, whatever you call it. And having served as Dean of the Faculty for a number of years, I'm always so proud to come back to the occasion. Now, you have just said that I'll be deputizing or speaking on behalf of. So, on behalf of the President, congratulations to all of you students who have done well. Now, from here on in, this is my thing, okay? This is not the President's comment now. So today is more than a presentation of projects. It is a declaration. I call it a declaration that your voices matter. Your ideas, your creativity, your perspectives, and your ability to shape how stories are told, understood, and acted upon. We gather at this time when media has undergone profound transformation. The world you are entering is no longer defined by traditional boundaries of print, radio, or television. Instead, it is an integrated media ecosystem, dynamic, fast-paced, and deeply interconnected. Stories are now told across platforms, carried through videos, as I just watched some of those outside, amplified by social media, enriched by data, and shaped by in real time by audience engagement. And so your preparation here at the University of Technology, Jamaica, has rightly reflected this shift. Our graduates are not simply journalists. You are multimedia storytellers. You are content creators, analysts, and strategists. You are individuals who can take a single idea, and I saw some of those outside, a single idea and translate it into a podcast, a documentary, a video, a digital campaign, or a data-driven narrative that informs and inspires. This is what it means to be a voice of impact. Impact today is not only about what you say, it is about how you say it, where you say it, and who you are able to reach. It is about understanding audiences, engaging communities, and using the tools of digital media to bring stories to life in ways that resonate, influence, and endure. But, ladies and gentlemen, students, with this expanded capacity comes a greater responsibility. Your voices must be credible in an age of misinformation. They must be ethical in a space where content can spread rapidly without accountability. They must be purposeful, ensuring that the stories you tell contribute to understanding, to development, and to positive change in our society. As you showcase your work today, I encourage you to see this not as an end point, but as a beginning of careers where you will shape narratives, influence perspectives, and contribute to national and regional development. A beginning where your voices, grounded by the skills you would have honed here, strengthened by technology, and guided by integrity, can truly make an impact. So today, we celebrate not only your achievements, but your potential. And I encourage you, continue to speak, continue to create, continue to innovate, and most importantly, continue to be voices of impact. Congratulations, and I wish you every success in your journey ahead.
Keep the applause going, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your words of encouragement, Professor Peter. If I am not proud to be a UTech night any other day, I am proud to be a UTech night today. I know NCU is here this afternoon, but UTech nights, we should all be proud of ourselves. I am proud to be a member and to be at the birthplace of greatness.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Tamoni. Keep those applause going. Keep those applause going. I can definitely agree with you on that. But today, let us not just speak about being students of UTech. Let us zoom in on being Bacat students. And if it's one thing I know and I can appreciate, is that here at the Bacat program, like our dear professor would have mentioned, we're not just trained to be journalists. We leave here being well-equipped. We can go drop our resume anywhere.
Anywhere. We are the future of media in Jamaica.
We are the future. Tell us what you want. You want a PR representative?
We got you.
You want a PR representative? Give Miss Douglas a call and she'll call one of us. You want somebody to come take some picture? Call Mr. Smith and he'll send you the best one. You want somebody to come right? Call Roland. Listen, I could go on and on. Oh my God. Now that we've heard from Professor, let's get a bit closer to home. I'm glad somebody start mention about the Bacat, because the next individual that will come to speak is our very own program director, Mr. Listen to my... Listen, if there's one thing I know about Mr. Smith, when you're introducing him to come and speak, you can't just
say Mr. Andrew Smith.
You can't just say welcome, Mr. Andrew Smith.
That not ready.
That not ready. You have to talk about it. You have to talk about the man. This is a man who is very passionate about our faculty. Very passionate. And let me tell you something. If you are in, let's say, not even, if you're in third year, final year, and you don't know how to turn on the camera or put the SD card in.
I repeat, do not go to Mr. Smith class.
Do not go to this class.
He will, you know what? Anyways, moving on. Otherwise known as AP. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Andrew
Smith. Go.
What have I done? Oh, Lord. Thank you very much for that introduction. Before I continue, just a slight correction. You said Professor Peter. It's actually, of course, Professor Barrett. Okay. Media Magnified. Media Magnified is the final year showcase in the BA Communication Arts and Technology program. It is this event that you see here, organized by the students. The creative products that you see are all done by the students. So I want to see the students. So students, if there are any students outside, can you bring them in? All Bacat students involved in Media Magnified, please stand. Please, let's recognize these students. They've been through blood, sweat, and tears. So let's show them some love. As you can see, they're doing the production, they're streaming, they're shooting, they're emceeing, they're hosting everything. Apart from the students, we cannot not talk about the staff. What the items that you see are the output of the final year capstone projects. Media Project 1, which is done in semester 1, and Media Project 2, which is the execution of the final year capstone project. The lady responsible for overseeing Media Project 1 and Media Project 2 is none other than Mrs. Carrie Ann Smith-McIntosh. Let's recognize her. This event here is a result of the final year studio module overseen by two, I just don't want to say lecturers. They are professionals in their industry. They bring years, decades of experience. So we need to recognize them. Mr. Joshua Paul and Ms. Colleen Douglas, please stand. And of course, none of the media projects, none of this event would be streaming or taking place without the technical team, the technologists. They like to be behind the scenes, and they are literally behind us right now. But please, without them, we couldn't be doing what we're doing. So just give everyone a round of applause, please. And I know the students could not do this without family members. So again, I know Professor Barrett already recognized some, but again, I just want to recognize the support given by the family members who are not just here, but always support, who are online, who are watching the stream. So thank you very much for the family. Let's recognize the family as well. So before I make mention, before I pass on back to the host, where we're going to be looking at the show reel, as was pointed out, I just want to welcome and acknowledge our friends from other institutions, Northern Caribbean University, Department of Communication Studies. Thank you for paying us a visit. We appreciate it. I know that there are some representatives from CARMAC Alpha, Dr. Alpha. Because it's important that, yes, Bacat is special. I don't want to say the best, but I let other people say that. But we are part of an ecosystem. We are part of an educational ecosystem of media training, and we all can't do everything. So I'm glad that members of NCU, CARMAC are here, and I'm glad that we're networking. I'm glad that we're meeting each other, because it's all for the betterment of the industry. So enjoy the rest of the program. Thank you for supporting the students, and we look forward to the rest of the program. Thank you.
"42 minds, sleepless nights, spilling into long, demanding days. Ideas took shape, we were tested, refined through collaboration, becoming finished stories built from the ground up. 42 ideas, through the lens, still images, capturing moments with clarity, light and motion, carrying stories that move the heart. Digital sound, text, and design converging, shaping campaigns and narratives that inform and inspire. 42 projects brought to life, 42 voices, voices of impact. This is our show reel. Of course, we're having a little technical difficulty again, so we're asking you to sit tight for the Media Magnified 2026 show reel.
so it's a banger.
Keep those applause going. Put your hands together one more time for the class of 2026. When me telling you earlier, say, a whole heap of hard work and dedication going at this, you know. Me no want to take me light when me say this, you know, because listen, there were times when we left here at 6:30 in the mornings. We did many all night, 6:30. Tamoni, tell them the man. Listen. Is a big deal. It's not a small thing. It's a very big thing. It's not a small thing. Absolutely.
At this time, we just want to take the opportunity to shout out our sponsors, as this event would not have been possible without them. So ladies and gentlemen, when we call one of the sponsors' name, we just want you to do a little clap, and at the end, we will do a round of applause. So here we go. WD Trophies Limited.
Island Car Rental.
No, wait. No, we will not accept that. Come, energy, vibes. Una good? Una all right? All right. Yeah. Look at more power in the clap, right? Yeah, all right. Yeah. Here we go again. One more time. WB Trophies Limited. Nice.
Wisinko Group Limited.
Tail O Vault Jamaica.
Island Car Rentals.
Red Bull.
And Deluxe Shopee.
Beans Media Production. And then a round of applause. Yeah. All right. Shout out to our sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of distinguished guests in the room tonight. Not tonight, this afternoon. And at this moment, we just want to take the time to welcome Professor Peter to give us some words of encouragement. Please put your hands together and welcome Professor Peter. Okay, well, all right. Well, we will proceed. We will proceed. Okay. So I know that you guys, the real, you know what? Can you guys hear me? Because we're media students, we know how to pivot and we know that technology fails. So let's go. I know the real meal is waiting outside, but at this time, we would like to take this opportunity to welcome a distinguished guest to captivate your attention with a presentation on the theme Voices of. No, I don't like the impact. We have to come again. On the theme Voices of. That's more, I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome our guest speaker for today,
Dr. Kadamawe Knife. Put your hands together and make him feel welcome. Come on, UTech, you can do better than that. You can do better than that. Absolutely. Over to you, sir.
All right, let me use that platform. Let me just start by thanking the UTech team for inviting me here to speak on this. And Colleen, please give me some time signal because I chatted the entire time. You know, when I just came to the center, I started to look around. Okay, as a guest speaker, I'm saying, okay, you have a prescribed script that you're going to speak about, etc. But when you do a lot of presentations, you know that it is important to get to the space early because there's something that is going to occur that is going to impact what you're going to present. So I'm going to start with, I think, the most important thing first. Sometimes people are busy doing work, don't begin to understand the value of the work I'm doing. So in a course, and you're doing a course, and okay, I'm going to get an A for the course. There's an output. I met this sister named Venus. Where's Venus? Venus is right there, so. All right, good. So, Venus being the A student, and I hope she get an A, just get her A right away, just even because of courtesy. She started to take me around and say, boy, this is what we're doing, etc. And, explaining what was being done. Good. Someone said to Venus, what is the value of the work that you have done as a set of students? I don't know. You don't know. What's the cost of it? She started getting in her head and said, well, a lot of the cost was covered by the institution because the institution provided the cameras, etc., etc., etc. Then she gave me an estimated cost, about $20,000. Good. I said, we'll go check online because we're in the information age. What is the average cost of making a documentary that is 10 to 20 minutes long at market price? What did you think so? $15,000 to $100,000 to make a 20-minute documentary. I said, what, Colleen, them doing a lot of work because 15,000 US times 40 is actually $600,000. 15,000 US times 40. 15,000 and on 1 0 is 150,000 multiplied by 4 is 600,000. That's 60,000. There is $600,000 out of work done by one cohort of students. Then I start to look at the themes. I'm going to go through the presentation. Bring it up on the screen for me, please. When I look at the themes, you cover so many important themes. We look at mainstreaming issues, mainstream in terms of persons with special needs, because it's a documentary on special needs. My favorite area, which I focus on, is micro, small, and medium enterprise, and there are no such thing as chance or coincidence, because Venus actually did the documentary on MSMEs, the CEOs in the street, yes? Real crucial component. She's talking about advocacy for fisher folks as well. Mental health. You look at the different themes that you have done in this work that you have done, and you start to see how crucial the work actually is. Where's the big mental health campaign that we're having in Jamaica? Where the documentaries that speak to those things, they just do the work for the government. And I'm saying to Colleen, you take this thing very serious because you have created at least 42 pieces of campaign material that are essential for Jamaica's development that you should be using immediately. And so my brother, Kevin is not here, the president, but him can't say university don't no money, because they have so much brain. And with one class, you can generate 600,000. So imagine the value, and this is what we need to do as universities. How do we monetize the value of the work being done by the students? So when you talk to a government about funding, they don't say, hey, them can't fund you. Because they can show that for every dollar that you invest in the University of Technology, this is the actual rate of return on that investment, but they do it through monetizing the value created by the students. And this is only one program. One program. So what is the context? What is the time and space that we are operating in? See there, SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, Environmental and Social Governance Framework, issues surrounding climate change. There are 2 documents not about post-Melissa. I have not seen anything done out of NEPA, nor ADPEM, nor the Minister of the Environment that speaks what has happened. In Melissa, you have actual audiovisual footage showing what people are actually thinking. The sister created one on this platform for a website for Jamaica. And when I hear the sponsors, I don't hear TF. But we don't hear TF. TF have the most money. TF have over $3 billion to spend. That means that you need to send this thing to Cleary, who's the head of the TF. So next year, them can give Colleen and your team a blank check because they do such good work. And remember that all this work is contributing to what we need to do in the country. So it's not friend thing, it's not about friendship, it's not about actual, real value that has saved the country $600,000 US. Because if this work was not being done by you, it would have to be done by somebody else and actually have to pay for this work. So again, Colleen, automatically, given that they have created so much money, you know them can get an A very easily for the course. No, I'm serious about it. I'm not trying to bribe her. When your work speaks for yourself, there's no need to interrupt. See, I'm not assessing students based on memory. There's a very old approach in terms of pedagogy that is the Piscean age, the belief age, where you don't have access to information. You're in an age where you're not going to try to assess people memorizing information, but the ability to actually apply information. That's why this approach of this called experiential learning, which is what you're doing, is the best way to treat the generation. And that's what we're talking about. Go back to their slide, though. Go back to their slide, not to this slide, that's it. I was still on the context. And remember, you need to time, please. The context, note, we have the vision, and we're going to speak to what the national vision is and how your work is playing into that role. But importantly, which generation of people we are dealing with is your generation, Gen Z, Gen I. Them call it Gen I, the I generation. Yes? Your generation is the first generation to be born in a time and space where you have full access to information. My generation, all of us right here born at the analog age. Slow. And the data shows that Gen Z students actually process information at least 500% time faster than every other generation. So while we were at school, we were being trained to remember information. Because we have an information, but now the internet, there is no longer what they call information asymmetry. People have access to. The question is, how do we apply, how do we utilize? This is what your generation have actually mastered. And so there are things that you have to consider now, because in a space like Jamaica where there's so many inequities, you ask yourself, what is going to happen to people now because the time have shifted? We think we have access to full information. Yes, we do have access, but does everybody have access to the information? How is that issues of digital poverty is going to impact people's development? Digital literacy is going to impact people's development. And importantly then, who is going to argue and advocate for digital equity? It's a serious role. People in media and communication sometimes don't understand that they have a serious revolutionary role now. Revolution means to accelerate the process of change, you know. That's why Marcus Garvey argues that we need to have our own propaganda machine to get information out. And therefore, the ignorance in our society, by extension, is caused by the work not being done through the media. So if the media focuses only on apple and bananas, that's what your country going to think about. If the media focus on broader development issues, then those are things that people are going to be in a position to speak about because them do have the information. Them can't manipulate it. So somebody in rural Jamaica, if him don't watch Bishop on the TV, him don't hear no go on. If him have a TV, if you don't see the people on the radio, you don't know what is happening. If you have the radio. So the role is more crucial than you think. And of course, you know that in communication, you have the 3 V's, visual, vocal, verbal. In the analog age, you have about body language in terms of visual. You know, the vocal have to do the tone, verbal have to do the words. In the digital age, what is going to happen? How do we capture those 3 V's? Because remember that the youths who you are going to speak to, which you know be the Delta generation youths, their ways of consuming information is going to be very, very, very different from the adults and those who are preparing to die. Very different. And communication is what? It is based upon the audience that you're trying to engage. So the way you do the visuals have to be different. The way we speak will have to be different. You know, the words we use will also be different. But the reality is that your generations who have that kind of responsibility. So if you look at the SDGs are some basic principles. You can change the slide. The SDGs are some basic principles. Foundation principles. No poverty, no hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, and clean environment. Again, think about the posters that are posted out there. Because you weren't looking at the SDGs to create your documentaries. But you see, all of the documentaries that are doing advocacy address these foundational principles. So without being exposed, if you weren't, to the SDGs, you as young people identify these as issues that are very important to address at this point in time. It says something about your mindset. Because when you understand the characteristics of the Generation Z, they argue that intrinsically you have a mindset towards community development. It's not the same selfish self-interest that people like myself was socialized when we claim to go to universities. It's about that. No, it's not like that. You're a generation born a global reality, and you recognize that there's interconnectedness amongst everything that we do. And therefore, you're saying we need to address these issues that we see every day. The zero, we need hunger is a serious challenge. Poverty, gender equity is a serious issue. I mean, again, I remember the documentaries, the posting out there, was the mental issues. There are about 3 on mental health. So one of Lila Aiki, we know what happens with women. Yes? There can be a combination between that with mental health and, of course, the post-Melissa documentary as well, because we know that women actually deal with natural hazard, post-natural hazard situations different from men. The coping strategies are very, 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 very different. Where do we go to get that information? That's what's happening out there. Again, your work is doing it. So we move to the other side. What does Jamaica Vision says? So we see clearly that your work will contribute to the SDGs. But Jamaica argues that we want to be the place of choice. So change the slide, please. Jamaica wants to be the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. That is the vision statement for Jamaica. What are the goals, though? Goal number 1, all Jamaicans are empowered to achieve their fullest potential. If you're ignorant, you can't be empowered. Knowledge development is the first step towards empowerment. I will argue that your profession actually plays a key role in getting information to people who do not know. The society is cohesive and just. That is just advocacy. All I hear is about advocacy. Have one entire section called campaign. Is a media campaign they create. No, that we didn't calculate the value of the media campaign is 600,000, you know. The 600,000 is just for the creation of those audiovisual things that you have created. But developing a media campaign itself, what's the cost of developing a media campaign? And getting it out there. I told the dean, I suggested the dean earlier that you probably need to look at creating what is called a digital journal. I mean, everybody can print books. I was here last week and I said you have a place that print books, a publishing house. Yeah, that again is an analog age. Most things are being done digitally. In reality, what you have done can be a digital journal, a digital audiovisual journal that speaks to advocacy in whatever area and just highlight the themes. I have not seen any of that by any institutions within the region. You already have the content. You have the content. And you already have the brain to put it together. And though my brother Brown tells him, don't have no money either. Because in truth and in fact, we probably know enough people, man. The whole of our friends, we know enough people, you know, who can, and probably you'll find somebody who, again, go to the place like the TF, because you say you do something for heart, somebody did something for heart, the importance of certification programs, but heart is not a sponsor. And I'm sorry, that's really hard about it. They might probably sponsor this program. You know, so look at those people that have the acts that your students have done the work for. The Tourism Enhancement Fund, Heart, NSTA, those are two of the key institutions. And see now, if they'll be willing to partner with UTech in actually creating this kind of digital journal to showcase the work that is being, and to share the work that is actually being done. So no, Jamaican economy is prosperous. Yes, my favorite student so far, Venus. I have biases because look at the youth in the street who are doing business. I actually wrote the national MSME policy twice, one in 2018 and 2024. And we understand how crucial MSMEs are for national development. It is impossible to attain the SDGs without building out the micro, small, and medium enterprises. It is impossible. I would like to argue that they are the backbone of the country. Yes? There's also one that talks about the plight facing fishermen as well. I mean, the fact that I'm trying to see all the beaches in Jamaica. But we know the fishing industry was also very crucial. Again, you're there making this advocacy for these people. And of course, a natural, strong environment. 2 documentaries on Melissa. I'm saying these things just to anchor the work that you're doing, to recognize that it's not just an assignment. It is not just an assignment. And the work that you're doing is creating meaningful resources that, if utilized properly, will have significant impact out there. Next slide, please. I'm going to wrap up quickly now. So we know that the whole idea of sustainable development requires that kind of triple bottom line approach. We're looking at economic value creation, social value creation, and environmental value creation. Again, you can always place those productions in one of those circles. I'm certain that if you take those productions and say, okay, what are the thematic areas? Some will relate to the environment, some will relate to social issues, and of course, some will relate to economics. I saw the one for advocacy for persons with disabilities. We created a Disabilities Act in 2011. It's 2011, and then revised that act in 2024. And we're still acting. Nothing much is being done for persons with disabilities. Tell me, my brethren is the man in charge. It is Colleen Brethren as well. It is Floyd Morris, Ray Charles, in the senator. He's the one who go to the United Nations, and I'm certain why Colleen laugh. He's a colleague, but he don't produce anything like this. The Center for Disability Studies, which is on the University of West Indies, has not produced a documentary talking about how do we support persons with disabilities. No, in reality, it means then that Colleen, and I'm saying Colleen because I'm calling for a very long time, can now engage Floyd Morris and say, Brethren, can we use this to support the campaign for persons with disabilities? They don't have to pay for it because they don't do already. Again, this is why I'm saying that more want all these students to get an A, you know, because I know the value of the work. Some of them raise up my technical part of work, I can learn it again, but I'm saying, just the value created from the work, I will give you an A. But I'm not a script marker. But you should get an A. No, I'm still trying to convince her. No, but what more do you need? You produce, this is what you're doing, this is part of your work. You are producing this event. All the people who are here working are students. And it's not homework. It's part of your work. So you want more evidence to show that you can do the work well? So I can write a nice paper. And somebody can mark it and give me an A. It really don't mean anything. The application of is what is very important. And you're doing the actual application. Final slide. Because Colleen gave me the signal about the time. The 2 final slides. So note, Gen Z Make sure you record in your head your characteristics. Because sometimes we really don't know who we are. So know what we argue. This is the most entrepreneurial generation. Entrepreneurship is not about business, It's a process of creating value by bringing together a unique set of resources in order to seize an opportunity. It might be a political opportunity, a social opportunity, religious, might be business as well. But what it is use creativity and innovation. Well, you have a center right here, so man. We have a TIC right here, so somebody talk about entrepreneurship. We know what you're doing in the TIC. It's not about business, it's about creativity and innovation. You are fully immersed in the digital age. And I'm going to ask the students to have patience with the administrators. Seriously, Because sometimes the administrator's brain not operating as fast as your brain. And you must recognize that, again, because you're socialized in a very different way. We as adults have to also recognize that. And sometimes some of us do not want to retool ourselves to deal with the reality of what's happening. So have some patience, and get the thing done. Values independence and flexibility. Note, desire to make a positive impact on your community. So if you listen to the media, I would say, okay, values and attitudes are really bad. All this is going down. And it is the same kind of assumption about every generation behavior. Not recognize that your generation innately wants to do something different. And if given a chance, you will be able to do something different. And finally, if you're going to advocate for change, you have a strategic framework, just a mindset. Where do you want to go? So we'll talk about theory of change. Where do you want to go? What was the vision for this particular program? Voices of impact. Impact. Not output, as you see on the screen. Not output, but impact. You're talking about making structural and systemic changes that will improve the quality of lives of people you are targeting. What are your requirements? What do you need for the advocacy? Usually we come under 4 elements. Financial resources, human resources, you still have an abundance of human resources that we're not questioning. Operational resources, you do have some equipment. Marketing and communication, you have very good marketing skills. So the gap might be the financing, and I'm saying that we don't have the money because we know the people who have the money. So it means that you have the 4 resources available, especially human resources, and your brand. Do not underestimate leveraging your brand to get resources, to get the inputs, and you can carry the activities. You have carried out the activities. This is a culmination of the activities that were carried out, and the Virgin tell about the amount of days him spend and nights when him don't have no sleep. So there's enough activities them doing. Yes? What were the outputs? The outputs are the documentaries, the audiovisual, the campaigns, and this event itself. That is the output. What then is the outcome? What is the outcome? That is where we need to move to now. Because we're at the output level in terms of the materials we have produced. The outcome now is to engage the external partners to use these things in pushing the advocacy nationally and regionally. That is the outcome. So the next step is not with the students. The next step is now the partnership between the students and administrators, because they are the ones who know the people that we know as well. And the impact would be what? Go back to Vision 2030. What will be the impact? The impact is that you are going to create a media platform. You have created a media platform that advocates and create changes for people's lives in all those different thematic areas, across gender, across youth, across persons with special needs, across economics, across social issues, and across environmental issues. Now we argue that when your work speaks for itself, there is no need to interrupt. So I will interrupt no further. Your work really speaks volumes. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And the truth is your team has made that giant step. Give thanks.
Keep those applause going, ladies and gentlemen. Keep those applause going. We thank you. We thank you, sir. You know, that's one thing that oftentimes we come into these settings, and when we hear of guest speakers, we expect for them to come up here and be all eloquent and use the biggest words and all of that. But my favorite thing about this presentation is how relatable it is and how he just went in and make it so relatable for everybody. I mean, up to the even baby Ava could understand. You understand? So we really and truly want to put our hands together one more time for Dr. Knife for that wonderful presentation. And I cannot end without saying big up Venus. Big up Venus and our documentary, cause, oh my God, job well done, Venus.
Ladies and gentlemen, I heard Dr. Knife mention something about doing the government's work. And when the young people them say, chat, we have to go start sending some invoice, right? Right. Okay, so now we're going to tune into our next selection. We just watched the show reel, and we're going to tune into the Bacat Experience, the Media Magnified, the Media Project 2026 edition.
Put your hands together.
Country Hat Music. Country Hat Music.
Hi, I'm Amanda Fongtam.
I'm Joel Francis.
I am Trinice Caballero.
Sari Spin.
I am Ashara Barnett.
And this is One Project, 5 Voices.
My project is a photojournalistic essay centered around nicotine addiction.
Specifically on parrotfish on snapper.
The impact of life-altering disasters on academic performance.
Our website basically chronicling the food culture of Jamaica.
The influence of Jamaican language and really its culture on mainstream media and subcultures.
What was the biggest challenge you faced during this project?
One of my biggest challenges working on this documentary was securing my interviews. I know the Fisher folks, their jobs are very important, and I've got stood up multiple times. I've drove to Port Royal like 5 a.m. in the morning.
Trying to capture the creative essence so that it could connect with my target audience.
Getting vendors for the project. When I contacted the persons, I wasn't able to get them for the interviews.
Getting students to be involved in this project because majority of them are from the West, and we know that the West was severely damaged by the hurricane.
Trying to make the information concise, that was my biggest challenge.
What was your creative process like?
Well, I started out with research and then I had to go out and brainstorm. That's how I went forward and then developed the idea.
Sitting up in my room late at night, trying to find means and avenues to get students involved in this project.
Trying to create a very unique motion graphic, which I tried to do. It's one of the highlights of my documentary, of course.
Took a lot of brainstorming, a lot of research, trying to ensure that the information was accurate.
Coming up with my shot list, scrapping it, going back again, seeing what I can do, what I cannot do, finding the talent.
What does this project mean to you?
This project means a lot to me because I don't really see anything like this out there, to be honest. So being able to make something like this that I am so invested in and interested in.
After doing one of my interviews at the Port Royal Marine Lab, and that shows me how important the entire marine ecosystem is to the coral reefs.
I remember doing CXC during COVID and we needed a lot of assistance because, you know, the entire island went into lockdown. I can imagine what these students have been going through after going through a Category 5 hurricane. So I decided to do this to help them.
I knew someone personally who worked at Fakespin and now he's out of business. So I made this project so I could reach out to some small vendors and actually give them a platform.
I knew a man named Joe. Joe was really helpful, but Joe did love cigarettes and Joe could not stop smoking cigarettes until it caught up to him and then Joe passed away. Rest in peace, Joe.
How does your work create an impact?
I see students with major exams, connecting them with tutors so that they can get all the passes they can on their examinations.
We give vendors a voice, a platform to reach out to the masses, to grow our audience, to grow our community.
And I'd say the younger Gen Zs and Gen Alpha, they are not too interested, I would say, in the language, or at least the origins. They're not really too invested in history. And they are also focused a lot on American media, American slangs. So I wanted to be able to show them how influential Jamaica is, or how influential our language and our culture is.
Because I can shed light on the topic, shed light on the importance of parrotfish and on snapper, and how fisher folks are overfishing, and the importance of not overfishing and catching fish by the required size and using the required equipments to fish.
I feel like everyone already is aware of the effects of nicotine. However, I feel like no one is really fazed by it anymore. They're just like, all right, nicotine is nicotine. I'll vape, I'll smoke, I will go 1-2 spliffs with grabber, but no one's taking it seriously anymore. So I feel like people are just tighten up and realize that smoking is bad. Don't smoke. Stop smoking. Right? Everyone agrees, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for the final year Bacat students. How can I daddy clap that? Agree? One more time for the final year Bacat students. Have anybody here in your eye? Want to see how the visual clean? Want to hear the audio clean? The talent is here, right? After all, this is the birthplace of greatness, right? Okay, so we're going to switch things up a little bit in here, and we are going to invite a special guest to grace our presence with some entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Jamar.
Blessed afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying yourself so far. I believe in you. I believe that we'll be in love eternally. Well, as far as I can see, you will always be the one for me. Oh, yes, you will. I believe in dreams again. I believe that love will never end. Like the river finds the sea. I was lost, now I'm free. 'Cause I believe in you and me. I will never leave your side. I will never hurt your pride. When all the chips are down, babe, and I will always be around, just to be right where you are. My love, you know I love you, girl. I will never leave you out. I will always let you in places no one's ever been. Deep inside, can't you see that I believe in you and me? Well, maybe I'm a fool to feel the way I do, but I will play the fool forever, just to be with you forever. I believe in miracles and love of miracles. And baby, you're a dream come true deep inside. Can't you see that I believe in you and me? See, I was lost, now I'm through, 'cause I believe in you and me. You and me. Thank you, thank you. But they want to see you. They want, and everybody really see. So they want to see the man behind the voice, behind those wonderful vocals. So you just step a bit in there and let them get a bit of that voice. A lady behind him, he said, definitely represents voice of impact, right? So put your hands together for him one more time, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a vibes check right now because Media Magnified turn up this year. My bias because of my batchmates, right? So we're going to do a little vibes check right now. And I'm going to ask you, how are you feeling, right? You know, you respond? You ready? You ready? You sure, you lie? You ready? All right, let's get it. Media Magnified, how are you feeling? No, I'm not take them here in my front. Never go walk, go over yourself, come back. And do a little stush walk and come in and make go. Ready again? Media Magnify, how you feeling? We feel good. We feel so good. That is it.
Listen, if you are not a student at the Bacat, of the Bacat program, listen, I can already tell that you probably wish you did, but it's never.
No shade.
Nonetheless,
no
guys,
shade.
Just to say that okay, all right, let me just make it a bit more fair. Even though we may not have the luxury or the privilege of attending the birthplace of greatness, later on in life, y'all will be our colleagues. So we'll work together. We'll see you at TVJ. We'll see you at RJR. We'll see you in corporate. We're coming, guys. We're coming.
We are coming. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, we are great. We will be graced with the opportunity to hear firsthand from some of the people in the media and communication industry. They will inspire and leave meaningful impacts on us this afternoon, of course. So at this time, we just want to welcome our panelists for this afternoon. And to guide this discussion, we welcome one of our very own final year students, Miss Shanice Gordon. Please make her welcome.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. I'm not here. Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. All right. I'm your moderator today, and I'm Shanice Gordon, a part of the final year cohort, okay? Now, are we ready for the conversations, the expert insights? Are you ready for everything that we have in store for you today? You don't sound dead, man. Come, man. Are you ready? Are you guys ready? All right. Now, He is currently the corporate communications manager at Sagicor Group Jamaica. He serves as the only business reporter, producer, and presenter of television and radio Jamaica from June 2021 to October 2024. During his more than 5 years with RJR Gleaner Communications Group, he coordinated and executed coverage for the leading radio and television business news package in Jamaica, the Business Day and the Financial Week during TVJ's primetime news. For Radio Jamaica, he produced the financial reports and business roundup. Outside of his core duties, he produced and hosted and business discussion program, The Exchange. He also served as a producer for the COVID-19 Town Hall Series, 2020 Elections Nightly Show, Decision 2020, All Angles, among other programs. Into 2020, he received the Prime Minister's Youth Award for Excellence in Journalism. In addition to his more than 8 years' experience in broadcast media, he has positioned himself as the event host, working with a wide range of clients in multiple industries to execute their programs seamlessly. Now, after all that long bio, can anybody guess who that is? Who? But not here. All right, please give it a round of applause for Mr. Keys. No, man, the claps them sound dead. Make him feel welcome, no, man. All right. Now, she doesn't just lead pixie magic. She conjures its very essence. With over 24 years of experience in advertising and communication marketing, she prefers conjurer of concepts to any traditional title because what she does is closer to magic than management, an off-the-wall, fiercely creative, and strategically savvy communicator. She has shaped campaigns for some of the most respected names in the Caribbean business landscape, including JN Bank, Access Financial, Atlas Group, Grace Kennedy, to name a few. Her specialty is 360-degree campaigns built from the ground up. She knows how to weave a concept, write a lyric that lingers, or storyboard a TV commercial frame by an unforgettable frame. Her brand, Pixie Magic, a full-service boutique offering writing, design, and concept development. She believes creativity should never be a cookie cutter. Her approach is rooted in unique artistry, quick responses, and a stubborn belief that even the most challenging projects can look effortlessly. The result, campaigns that stop you in your tracks, strategies that meet audience exactly where they are, and a little bit of magic that turns the ordinary into something that screams you. The social landscape keeps evolving, and her team make it their job to know what's happening now and what's to come next. Let me guess. Take a guess. Somebody take a guess who this next panelist is. I can't hear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Miss Tenniel Cork Higgins. On the key, the round of applause on the sound dead, man. Keep it up. Look at energy, 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 energy. So, Mr. Keys, Miss Higgins, how are you doing today?
Let me have the lady go first. Well, I'm excited to be here. It's always nice to meet the next generation of creatives, media moguls. I am proud of all of you, and I'm excited to be here.
Right.
I mean, I'm also very excited to be here, and I want to say that the moment is even more special for me because I see my lecturer, Dr. Obika from Karamak here, and my younger brother is also in the audience. So, I mean, it's always a brilliant time for me to be in any space where the next generation of media practitioners are because I like to tell the truth, and I like to share my experience because the reality is we have to send the ladder back down and we have to have the conversations about what the experience in the field is like so we can build each other. So I'm really excited for the conversation.
And we're very excited to have you. You're not excited, right? All right. I can't hear. All right. So my next two panelists, right? So his journey into the creative arts began in childhood as a matter of instinct. Channeling his passion into a career, He began working in the field professionally in 2012 as a stage technician, backstage assistant, and audio tech. As his journey progressed, he also delved into stage management and audio for film and television. He collaborated on projects with renowned international companies and organizations such as Hulu, UNICEF, CONCACAF, and IAAF. He is the co-founder and CEO of M1, previously known as Cinecore, as Jamaica-based video production company, as well as previous president of the Jamaica Film and Television Association. He is a recipient of the 2020 Prime Minister's Youth Award for Arts and Culture. He has worked on various short films such as Enhance, Kinto, Cross My Heart, and Flight, and was selected as a participant of the Clermont-Ferrand 2020 Euro Connection program with his script, Black Girl in the Ring. His most accomplishment is being the founder of Caribbean Premier Audiobook app, Audio. He is a graduate of the University of the West Indies, Mona, where he obtained his Bachelor of Arts in Entertainment and Cultural Enterprise Management. Now I'm a little, upset that it was never, UTech. But, I want my lovely audience to take a guess on who our next panelist is. All right, I'm not hearing, All right, please, round of applause for Mr. Saeed Thomas. All right, and last, but not very last, She is a creative industry consultant, content and event producer, organizer and facilitator of indigenous and sexual healing circles. Social entrepreneur may be the simplest title for her exceptional community leader and cultural activist whose work embodies her passion for social justice. She is co-founder of Manifesto JA, a non-profit skill training and capacity building entity for youths. Women in Music Jamaica, and most recently Jamaica, which connects Jamaicans to practical education on wealth, mindful human behavior, spirituality, and holistic health workshops. She has gained invaluable experience working in varying capacities locally and internationally in the festival and live concert scenes. She is producer of several live concerts in Jamaica, events in which she has played a vital role, including High Times Rastafari, Roots Fest, Chronics Captureland Jamaica Tour, and Zinc Fence Sessions. Protege's live form, Kingston, and live form from the capital, Bob Marley. Smile JA African Unite, Bob and Rita Marley's birthday celebration since 2020. Reggae Sunfest, Jamaica Jazz and Blues and Barbados Reggae Festival. Now, after all of these amazing achievements that she has done, who would you say is our last panelist for us today? All right. I have a prize for you. I have a prize. All right. Please give it up for Miss Carice. Now to my lovely panelists on my right, Mr. Thomas and Ms. Carice. How are you today?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for inviting me to share my voice. Congrats. Thank you. Congrats to the students, the outgoing students. I'm sure it was hard work, and we're going to see the value of it, as Dr. Naif said. Similarly, Dr. Naif actually lectured me, so I don't even know if you remember that. And he's a butcher man as well, so butchers and Taylor Hall, UA. So yeah, this is definitely a special experience for me.
All right, Miss Carice, how are you today?
Greetings. I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me. Greetings to all of the panelists as well. I know Saeed, so I'll be meeting some other ones today. And yes, congrats to all of the students. Kudos for joining, staying, carrying it through. I know it's not the easiest part and doing the work, and you're in good hands. Thanks to Beyonce, I have my favorite because I she me know from the cohort. But yeah, man, looking forward to Ira reasoning.
Great, great, great. And it's lovely to have both of you here. Now, I just want the audience to give a round of applause for all our panelists, make them feel welcome, and give big thanks for them confirming to be here today, okay? All righty. Now, to get into this wonderful conversation that we have for you today. So, we are going to first focus on the topic of defining impact. Now, my first question would go to Javon and Saeed, of course. The question is, ready? Drum roll, please. What does having an impactful voice mean in today's media and landscaping?
That's a very interesting question because impact is different for everyone. But for me and the work that I've done over the years as a journalist, impact means change. Because storytelling can literally change lives. And in the space now where we are operating, it's not just primetime news on TV or CVM news or whatever you consume, but it's this. It's instantaneous. Most of you in this room, when last time you watch primetime news on TV? Many of you, and you don't have to lie, it's okay, because many of you don't actually consume television on television. Many of you might see it on YouTube the next day. Some of you will see the post on Instagram or on TikTok, because you have to be in the space. The theorists tell us that we must now meet the audiences where they are. So impact has to be especially for what we do. For many of you, you're going into storytelling, looking at the issues that impact every single Jamaican, looking at the SMEs, looking at the cultural industry. It's about change. Those stories that will tell about those who've been impacted by Hurricane Melissa, and how the point of telling those stories is so that you can probably highlight their plight, get help for them, tell a story that could very well make a difference. So for me, impact is about how we can change lives, how we can help to make a difference. And that for me has been the biggest and most important part of my own journey as a journalist. I tell people it's not the salary, and I always take the opportunity when I come into these spaces to reinforce that. You're going into an industry that the salary is not glamorous. And yes, I see people on TV and say, "Lord, them look good." It's not the money make we do it. Most of us are in there because of the impact and the change we can make. Because when I write a story about gas prices and how that will impact businesses, and when I write a story about Miss Maud up a country and I want corner shop and how she can't get the goods because the road broke way, and the authorities now go ahead and make that change and fix the road, that for me is something that is unmatched. So I'll say to you that whatever you do, think about how you can impact lives. Even if it is on your own YouTube or your own TikTok. There's a time I was teaching Spanish on TikTok. I used to just think that I was just practicing my Spanish. But people stop me in the street and say, "Oh my God, you've helped me to be able to develop something or to be able to continue a practice that they've been trying to fine-tune for years." So everything comes down to impact and how you can change lives and make a difference. That's for me.
Very interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think influence as well is a very key word. So I guess for me, so I straddle between film and corporate. And from the film perspective, the impact is a lot more about change in a positive, sustainable way, change as it relates to how we see ourselves as Black people, change as it relates to our identity. And can our voice tell the story in a way where it can impact the audience, it can influence the audience to act in a certain way, can it influence somebody else who may not have understood a certain topic to then change how they view things. And then in terms of corporate, a lot of that impact is definitely connected to what is it that you are aiming to change. So what are your KPIs? What is it that you're trying to convey or communicate to the audience? So I'm going to give you an example. I did a YouTube series with Scotiabank last year called Scotiabank Renovate Your Way. So it is like a housing type of series where the influencer would come and she would show you like, okay, this is how you can renovate your house, blah, 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 blah. Prior to that, it used to be just like one advertisement, maybe an advertisement of millions of dollars, one production. And from that one campaign, they would say, okay, is this impactful? Are people coming to take these mortgage loans? Last year, they changed the strategy and they went more into, it felt like TV type of going on to YouTube where like this reality type of show, influencer come and say, okay, welcome to this. This is partnered by Sherwin-Williams and you can renovate your house if you do this, this, and this. Feel like something I'd watch on HDTV. That's the name of it, right? HDTV. And they found that it was much more impactful, meaning for them, it achieved the results that they wanted it to achieve. So I think for you guys, it would be good to maybe balance the perspectives, especially based on where you go and where you apply your skill set. Yeah.
All right. Great.
You wanted to say something?
Yeah. I guess I need to. I just wanted to ask. You want the technical or them can fix it. So impact, you know, everything that you are doing, you should have your intention, you know, what's your mission. You have to be clear on that because that will also help you to determine what are the impacts that are important. When Dr. Naif was presented, he mentioned some areas, you know, we can generally look at social, economic, environmental, and particularly since I'm speaking from the area of like events and communication and PR, I want to say with events, especially for those who are going to be applying for grants and these things, you're going to find that the forums want you to also speak about even your green impact, you know. Sometimes I go to events in Jamaica and when you're leaving, you see all the garbage on the ground. And then there are other events where you can tell that they invested in people to clean up. So throughout the night, you see different people cleaning up. So one of them you leave and the place is clean. Next one you leave now, there's a lot of garbage, you know. So you have to think about that. What kind of example are you setting? And then particularly in my journey, because I use eco-friendly things as best as possible. When we do events, I also tend to work with a lot of reggae and roots clients as well. So we're going to be using a calabash, and we're going to tell people, say, bring your own calabash and bring your own fork and spoon so you can reuse it, you know, so you're leaving minimal imprint. So that's definitely something to mention. So that's the environment that we're looking at, you know, and the plastic and all of these things, just doing our best to not use that so much. And then economic, everybody know about that part, that the money will go come from things, so that will also determine how well you're doing. For my part, social impact is very, very important. So all of my work and all of my clients, it has to be tied into that. So for me, it has shaped my journey from a long time being very conscious of who I am and what's the imprint that I want to leave and how I want to impact the youth as well. So even the work in Manifesto Jamaica, when you look at some data that they will put out there, they'll never measure the role of entities like these and how they really impacted some of the artists who became popular, you know. When we were coming up, we didn't have that many spaces where we had a voice, so we created our own space. So that platform was able to push the work of the Kabaka, the Janai, and the Protege, you know, and there were so many other artists too. Of course, those who were core part of the entity, they were able to benefit more because they were like there all of the time. So the artists who I tend to work with, you know, with the reggae and the Rastafari, there's usually a positive message, and we call it message music and medicine music. So that's kind of what shapes my work. And then impact for me too, I think it's important that we focus on the day-to-day encounters that we have. Many times in this world, so people are outside in a new space and everybody locked into their phone. You know, there's somebody either traveling on the bus with you or in the car, or just somebody out there where had you taken the time to lock eyes, there could have been a smile that then led to a conversation conversation, and then just based on the conversation, you have so many things can happen. The other day, I was having car problems, and I took an Uber, and because I always reason with people, and I noticed that the guy was talking to somebody about some label. So I was like, oh, so you're an artist? So I said, no. So I said, all right, so what's the label about then? So him have it on speaker, so I fast, me fast. So he said that he has a jerk sauce. So I say, so I was like, do you have any on you? Because I would buy. Because me have it say, if jam it, I could have take any vehicle and this, me take on the man of it. Then it's the least I can do. So I say, yeah, I actually have them, but they're not labeled. So I say, no, man, I like spicy things, so I will buy it and try it. And we just reason. Then I was telling him that he was taking me to an acupuncturist. So he tell me, say, I've never done that before. I'm want to know about it. And by the time I done talk to him, I book an appointment. And I just felt like this was one of those moments where there was a very good, alignment with things. So just want to share that as well, to say in any given moment, whatever meeting you go into, whatever space you go into, just always do your best to leave some kind of impact in the space.
Good. Tennille, any? So, I mean, everybody has said, a lot of what I believe as well. But for me, especially in the advertising space, impact for me is about thought leadership. It's about improving the lives of the people who will view your ad. I don't write things that I don't believe in. I try my best to not get involved with products and services that are not true, because the audience can smell a lie, So that's where I start out. What is my why? I want people to live better. So when I write for JN Bank and I write mortgage campaigns, it's because I want people who can afford their own place. When I write for Access Financial and the small businessman, and it's also a different way that I do what I do. We're going to them shop. We'll go over the farm. We're going to take off my heels and go all to chicken. Because for me, it's about helping them to achieve their why. And so I believe that if we all start from our why, then we'll be impactful in the end.
All right, thank you. We hear start from your... I can't hear. Start from your... All right. Now, given that we're still on you, Ms. Tennille, as it relates to authenticity and influence, all right, what are the steps one needs to take to balance accuracy while keeping or meeting the audience expectations and the trends?
All right. So I've had the occasion, many occasions, to talk to some of my clients off the ledge, because we are now in influencer culture. And so they come to me and they say, we need one influencer for talk for the brand. We need somebody popular, And so I've had to say, boy, it depends on the why again. What do we want to achieve? And if you are going into the space wanting to become an influencer, all I can tell you is get a good camera, a ring light, and some thick skin. Because everybody is an influencer. Everybody is a critic. And so for me, when you think about going into that space, when you think about being a part of that ecosystem, it really, you ought to lay out what you want to do, who you're talking to, and then what part of yourself do you want to give to the audience? Because you can't be a full open book when you talk about authenticity. I saw one influencer, I don't want to say her name, talking the other day about not being able to be her full self. Because especially if you want to work with corporate brands, you can't be your full self. You have to become this curated version of yourself. And you find that I also have a daughter who might be a little bit popular in the TikTok space. And sometimes we're on the road and just random folks will come up to her, want to take a picture. Or they take pictures of her while she's out there and send it to her to say, I see you. So if you are thinking of being in that space, I would say curate a portion of yourself that is linked to the why, that you want to give to the public. You can't give them everything, because then they begin to think they have access to all of you,
I would say, how would you balance that as well, especially that you have to curate yourself? Because sometimes people curate themselves and then they forget who they are.
No, but you see, curating yourself don't mean creating a false identity, It's curating a portion of yourself. I tell you already, the audience can spot a lie a mile away. So it's just giving them a portion of yourself. All right, so for example, say you're into fitness and you want to become a fitness content creator. Find a niche. Who you're talking to? You're not just doing fitness, you're talking to moms over 40. Hello? who might have a little fupa, who can't afford or don't want to invest too much in equipment, so all right, you just want a little kettlebell, but you keep your content to that space. You don't need to carry it in your bedroom, you don't need to carry it on the road. I talk to people all the time about posting in real time, how dangerous it is. And so you curate a portion of yourself and don't give the audience everything.
So to add, and you're very right about that, because it's not, you can't, so people already in a curated space think that you and them share bench from primary school, because they'll see you and they'll walk up to you because them see you on TV or on Instagram and them feel like them know you. I was going to work and someone literally came up to me and hugged me. Now I'm fine with that for the most part, but there are times when that's not necessarily the best and most comforting experience. But the truth is, you do absolutely have to be mindful of what you share, because sometimes not everybody is going to be coming to hug you, but they might have other kinds of ulterior motives that you have to be very mindful of, because we live in a world where there are very interesting people with different mindsets and we never know what's happening up here. So you have to be very mindful of that. In the same way, many of you, as you mentioned, we don't post in real time. So I might, from time to time, you might see me put up a picture of me being in Barbados, and I'll get a message, oh, you're in Barbados? No, I wasn't. I was in Barbados like a month ago. But you have to be able to create and curate that space. But back to a major part of the question you asked about speed and accuracy. It's interesting because a couple weeks ago, I actually had this conversation with my friends at NCU about that balance that has to take place, especially in the newsroom, where you are in a space where, as it happens, let's use this morning, something major happened this morning on the Mandela Highway. There was a shooting. And before it even got to news, it was on social media. Now, if you see that on someone's social media platform, what's one of the first things that many of you will do? You share, or if you're being responsible, you're not gonna check to see did TVJ or CVM, or maybe these days Quest Times, or one of them posted it. And then you're gonna see, okay, is there a credible source? Now, me as a journalist, I can't just go put up, say, oh, man shot, yada, 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 because you're gonna say, but hold on, has it been verified? We have to balance in this age where the audience is not necessarily as patient before to wait until midday to watch midday news, or wait until 7 o'clock when we get the full story. We have to be, as best as possible, fastly accurate, but at the same time not eating away from the integrity of what you expect from a journalist and a credible person in that space. Because if I put out, say, oh, it's 5 men get shot, and the truth is that it's only one person, it creates another situation where you are eating away as a practitioner from your own credibility. And the first time you do it, them say, boy, maybe make a mistake. The second time, no, but me can't watch nothing panda page, and me go unfollow. So you have to be very mindful of that reality. And it's the same thing in the PR space. So I now have left the newsroom full time. And if you know me, you know my love is journalism, but I'm now on the other side, as people who are in journalism would call it. I'm now a PR practitioner. And you have to also be mindful of the stories you tell, and how sometimes we'll get reports of situations and we have to assess, reassess, look at the implications, the risks, before you run with what could be a trend, what could be a story, because you never know what the backlash could be, which sometimes is greater than the trend and the flow of the space. So you have to be mindful of all of those realities. And you see, as communicators, we have to think about every side of the story. So most people will think linear, but as communicators, we have to think multi-dimensionally. So you think about, okay, if I do this, how will it impact the markets? Because some of us will be communicating for companies that are listed. How will it impact my shareholders? Because one story could determine your company losing billions, with a B, versus gaining money. So you always have to think about all of those realities in the space that we operate.
Chris, any take?
I think the part that I will add is where the conversation comes up about being authentic. I'm a very strong proponent of being very much 100% yourself, but just being mindful of how much of that you share. You know, it's just that with social media now, people think everything where you go on you need for posts, all of your personal business, all of that. Especially if your page is open and you know the work that you do, then you just want to be wise with what it is that you share. And of course, as ones have said, you know, the timeliness. Where trends are concerned, particularly with using platforms that, you know, will impact your work. If it were for me personally, I wouldn't have been on social media. It was my work that really brought me there. In fact, Protege created a page because he knew that I'm going to say, I have to manage my page, and that's how I ended up on like a couple of these platforms. But the reality is that these are the spaces that people are using. So, you know, in some way, you have to be following these kind of trends. Like even TikTok, I hate social media. I would never go over TikTok. It's on my phone, so I can open the things that will come from TikTok. But then the other day I started to do an event, and there's a social media manager, so she's doing with all the things over there. And I really am seeing some data and seeing how that space make a big difference. You know, so me I think, say, all right, Instagram is okay and it's good enough, but TikTok is this whole other reality. So all of these platforms have their little tricks and their nuances and the people who follow them. So at the same time, maybe the personal self doesn't want to be a part of these things, but where you work and your business is concerned, you know, you're just going to have to manage that. And I guess the good thing is that there are people who have it as their work, so you don't have to deal with it, you know. But I see where a lot of these influencers who you see crashing out and those things is because them not being real and because them doing anything for the likes and the numbers. So there's information out there to say for most of them who you see have very, very high highs every week, they have some really horrible lows as well that they have to kind of navigate through. So when you're also taking on that reality, just bear in mind that you have to. And it comes down to knowing yourself, because me, I'm very sensitive. So it's part of why I don't engage in social media in a certain way. I can see beyond the fake smile and the comment. I can say you're in my story, but you're not engaged with my page. It's a lot for me, so I'm just like, I can't, you know, I can't take it on. So you just have to create that thin skin. And then for particularly those who are going to be working with entertainers and, you know, artists, the celebrities and all of these ones, is a whole other world that you're going to take on over there. So you're going to also have to learn how to speak like them and understand them really and truly, because at some point too, they will ask for help with these kind of platforms, and you're going to have to know how to be their voice and also know how to be your voice. And enough of the artists, them when you say mad too, is because them not be themselves 100%. So don't work with people when they're clear about who they are and what they're about.
Before we move on, I want to add that just to your point, that all of us are brands. And I always say to just everybody in my space, your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. It's not what you put out there, because you can curate that, you know. But your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room.
Right. That is very true. So, say, any take on that question?
Check. Yeah, I think everyone covered it. What I would say is that it's been a very interesting journey, recording from behind the scenes, just a different type of content that I would have now been recording, starting off with just telling a story, or so maybe Uncle Eats, maybe is a good example. Before, we would have had to hire talent, hire somebody to eat a Wendy's burger, blah, blah, blah. And then you have somebody like Uncle now who come and he's authentically a foodie. And he eats the food, and clearly people take on to that. And so in that way, you can see that authenticity really works. And I agree with Tenille that when something seems off, the audience definitely picks up very quickly. So yeah, I agree with what most people say.
All right. So as it relates to, you know, everyone here is media personality and aspiring media practitioners, right? What are some key advice you would give to us about the shaping the public perception and managing the social discourse that comes with it as well? So, what are some advice you would give to us as aspiring media practitioners about shaping public perception and managing the social discourse?
Don't take for granted the responsibility you have. Because when you have a platform, be it personal, if it's your Instagram, it's your TikTok, or if you get the luxury of being in a newsroom or being in an agency or telling the story, do not take for granted the power of your voice, what you say, and how it can make a difference. Because if you fall into an inauthentic space where you start to tell lies, and me, the audience, don't know says lie till I will start to believe you, which we see happening all the time, then again, that starts to eat away from your credibility and your integrity, which is a very important thing. When you go into a space, if I go into a space and somebody said, Javon, say I'm going to do X, the expectation is that Javon go and do it. And it's the same voice that will be left in a room, so when Javon leave them, say, you know, say when we work with Javon, if Javon say I'm going to do X, I'm going to do X. It's the same reality you have to have in your mind, that whenever you're going to be writing the press release, telling the stories, writing the advertising, planning the event, coordinating the production, whatever it is, your integrity is critical. And the values that are going to be holding for all of us as practitioners, because beyond us, look, the industry is changing, it continues to change, but fundamentally, your integrity is going to be a big part of how you're able to work beyond the newsroom, beyond your social media, because people work with people who are authentically themselves, who are trustworthy, and who appreciate that if you have a platform, believe that, don't take for granted, because there are times, and this is a discussion that would happen with music from time to time. You'll hear, oh, the musicians, they should have a responsibility in writing music that is not going to have a particular impact on students. But then there's a converse discourse that the musicians are telling stories about the reality of the times, and the kind of music that some of them are writing may not be fit for airplay here or at my primary school, at Davis Primary School up a country. But the truth is, sometimes we take for granted the responsibility we have to understand the audiences that we're reaching, and how, if you set up yourself as an influencer who is going to be talking about SMEs and food, but at the same time, your content outside of when the brands hire you is PG-18 and above. I'm not saying that you can't be yourself, but you have to realize that the space will require you to, one, you have to choose. Because after me hire you for do the Wendy's something, and then I see after a while that all your content is, you know, about the areas that are not on display, then I know that after that, I'm not going to hire you again. So we have to be mindful that when we have space and audiences, even if it's 1,000 followers, you have our 9,000 or 100,000, people start to trust what you say. When you take a platform, when you're on a stage, or when you're saying something, people trust what you have to say. Don't take that responsibility for granted, because guess what? It's a big responsibility that too many people take for granted. And we see where sometimes content creators, them just Lego and take that responsibility for granted, and they eat away from their own opportunity to earn. Because we forget that we're in a space now where if I go online, and I've proven it, I have a team here that's now, because I now believe that the social media part is very important, and I'm the kind of person I like to be at the back of the room and observe. Yes, you might see me on TV all the time, but I love production, and I thrive in being behind the scenes and crafting. But I now know that if I post something online, somebody will see it. Annually now, since I've been active on social media, I get on average maybe 15 invites to graduations. I can't do 15 graduation, but you realize that when you're in the space, people will see you, people will see the authentic you, and they'll want to gravitate to it. So don't take it for granted.
I would say one bit of advice that I'd like to share is to just do the work. We're in a stage and an age where sometimes the shorthand and the cut corner, let me tell you something, there is so much value and self-value when you do the work. So if you have to write something, write your best. Do the research. Get the data. Because what you're going to write and put out there will affect somebody, a family, businesses. When it's time to shoot something, you know, think about the best angles that you're going to get used to tell the story. How can I be different? How can I be impactful? How can I, you know, pull somebody in? It all boils down to your integrity as a person, because if you're hired to do something, you can't just go and go shortcut it and then go home, you know. And people always say, and I don't know going to bash me for this part, but Gen Z always want to do the least amount of work for the most amount of money. No, all of it. I mean, listen, my oldest is about to be 25. And because it comes so quick and easy to them sometimes, some of the things that I might give her to do, she's done in an hour, you know? But for me, I implore you, when you get into these spaces, you know, my father taught me, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. So, no, it's true for me. My work is stressful. But I'm so excited every morning to get up and write a campaign or to come up with some videos. I'm now in the TikTok space with my clients. Almighty God of Daniel. You know? So it's a lot of work, and my work is very labor intensive. And now that most corporations are moving towards digital, it's like you're shooting TV ads to put on social media, you know? So I'm coming from a stage where I get a $5 million budget to shoot a TV ad for Maggie, to a time where the client said me I have 500,000 what you can do. Because once you post it once on social media, it kind of dead the next day. So for me, it's about doing the work. Put your best foot in it. Put your best foot forward. You know? You know what I'm saying, Dr. Knife? No, do your best every time. You're only as good as your last project. You're only as good as your last project. I am 26 years in this business. And every time I get a project, we look at it with fresh eyes. How can I do this differently? It's still I gotta have my little monogram on it, you know. Still I gotta have the 10 in it. But I gotta do the work. My team will tell you, if she forget on the ground, people sometimes don't know that I'm the boss, you know. I rebranded Corporate Area Champs 2 years ago. And we did a staging of it February, March. And I was setting up a booth for one of my clients who was a major sponsor. And the decorator was taking long to get the booth ready. But my client is sponsoring the event. I'm also on the board organizing the event. The booth won't clean up. He never take nothing off for me to grab a mop and bucket and fix up the booth. You understand? Because that's what my client pays for everything to be in place. And the buck stops with me. There's no part of the work that is, you know, that me too good for do. And when you start at the bottom, which I did, my very first radio job, the Jenny show, when it was 92, Radio 2, yes. That was my very first job. I was sitting in a meeting for a friend who couldn't bother go to the meeting. And because I was talking so much and contributing, Jenny and Lloyd Pusey at the time, who was general manager, said, why you don't do it? So I said, no, I can't do it. I said, I'm filling in for somebody. They said, no, but you can do the work. I did that job for free for 2 years. They claim we never have no sponsor, but I was learning. For me, must can do the work. So if it means that I go to Alpha Tree bus stop every day and interview people for my little Vox Pop section of the show and think, I'm learning it. When I left Radio 2, I left there with that skill, and I could go to Nationwide. And when Cliff Hughes needed features on This Morning and for Nationwide at 5, I could create those because I did up and down with the man in the streets. And I was exposed to different personalities, so I could write features that would speak to that man and this lady and that girl. You know, but it's about doing the work. And every time the work of a dollar value where you get a change in your hand, sometimes the work, the value of it, God can't take it back from me. What you say? But no, if I do it, because I did the work. You know, and so, may I tell you, if you shy away from the work, might as well you hide from the money.
Do the work to get the big money. I heard Said.
Yeah, some advice I would give is, I think in this day and age, it's really easy to get lost chasing the algorithm and chasing likes and chasing, I think, what seems to be popular. And it's really easy to be influenced in that way, especially when you are young and you are trying to make it professionally. So I would say that remember who you are, remember your morals and values, remember that you have a voice. A lot of the decisions, you'd be very surprised, a lot of the decisions that are made is probably from one board meeting or one marketing creative powwow, and all of a sudden that powwow then decides an entire campaign that then influences people to do certain things. So remember who you are, remember that you are also a critical thinker. And that is something I know I look for when I'm working with people. I don't love to work with yes men, for lack of a better word. So yeah, remember that your voice matters even if there's a disagreement. You are staying true to yourself and what you believe in, and you're not just chasing it because that is what the popular thing is right now.
Good, good, good. Now, I need some more time because this is a very interesting conversation we're here. But, my producers are telling me that, we need time. So my last question would be key lessons for students looking to make their mark in media. 1 minute. You can just give me 1 minute, one little synopsis. Each person, each panelist. Can start with Carice first.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only thing I wrote a note on because I didn't want to make sure I leave something for true. So give me a moment while the note opens up. So there's a term that I found out about a few years ago, so I will leave that with people in case some people are hearing it for the first time. It's a Japanese term that they call kaizen, and the essence of it is that you're focusing on continuous improvement. So when you have that as a basic philosophy, it means your standards are going to be high. So it means that even though I might know that I want to do this one particular thing at a company, I will try to learn the other areas because you never know what might happen and you might have to fill in for somebody someday. And then it will also just hold you accountable to yourself, so that you just always gaining new knowledge and gaining new experience. Mentorship is very important. So the area that you want to focus on, if you don't have a mentor already, please try to find one. And it really just takes humility. The world is not here to save you. You have to save yourself. So go to the spaces that you need to go to, network, and just be very bold, You never know who you'll have the right conversation with and how it may open some doors for you. And then we spoke about technology. Everybody knows that we're in the time of that, so you have to just stay connected with that space. AI is a thing now, so you can't say anti-AI, because then you're going against the tide. And then I would just say keep networking, keep building the relationships. Your human resources are very important, so even the people who you met here while you were studying, maintain those relationships, keep those connections going, and support each other. Like, make the community be real. It's not just when you do the paper them together, or the exams, or the projects. And then authenticity, I will always just say, be authentic, be in integrity, know who you are, what you're about, and just stick to that. Like women, especially working in entertainment, you have to carry yourself in a way that you're respected and respectable, especially if you're beautiful and you're shapely and all of that. The man them going to come on to you like hot bread, especially when you're young. This is the time, and you're going to have to make them know, say, I'm not about that, this is my work. So don't mix the business with pleasure, because it just takes one person for just that talk, and then all of a sudden you've had experience with a lot of men in a very short time, So be careful and just be very straight about when is your work face and when is your game face. Make sure you're militant as much as you're soft as well, and then that are more than 1 minute.
Saeed.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with everything, for sure. I'd say be brave. Don't be afraid to step to somebody, introduce yourself politely. Say what your goals are. The most you can ever get is no. Network. For all the techies in here, I know this definitely applied to me, maybe even more so than you, but always keep up with the technology, as Carice would have mentioned. I remember when I started, which was not too long ago, but it was like the transition from analog to digital. So even me doing audio engineering, it was doing it on a analog recorder, and now we have digital boards. So maybe 2 years into me doing it, it went into digital. Now we have AI, and we have so many other ways to clean up audio. We have different types of things to do, storyboards and animatics and creative decks. So don't be afraid of doing your research. Use the Higgs field, use the nano banana, use the DaVinci Resolve and the AI within the DaVinci Resolve in order to speed up your editing process. Don't be afraid of using certain tools to advance your skill set. And yeah, I think with those three things, you could be set.
Javon?
And I'm ready to say ditto, ditto, ditto. But let me tell you, one of the things I want to reinforce for you, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, is that experience is valuable capital. And everything that you're doing from now, including these beautifully crafted projects that we saw on screen today, that's a part of the experience you're building. But the reality is that many times you don't sell yourself. So you go into the interview and we ask, what experience are you coming with? Oh, you know, me did do a little something up at UTech. But what did you do? You executed a documentary, which is immensely valuable, as Dr. Knife spoke to. Your experience is what will help you to build that equity that will allow you to be making more money. Because as I also like to reinforce, when you leave with a lovely degree here, you're not going to make no whole heap of money when you go in that industry. Journalism is not the best paying, media is not the best paying industry. That's the reality. So I like to temper those expectations. Some of you come and expect, so you're going to start make $5 million per year with a degree. It's not going to happen. Unless you're lucky. You never know. But the experience is what's going to add that value added so you can come to the table and have those conversations about salary because nobody exploit you. That's the other thing. But there are times where you're going to have to get the experience for free. My career started on an unpaid internship that was offered to 40 people, and I was the only one that showed up. I was the only one that showed up. And I did 2 weeks as an unpaid intern, and them say, you know what? You are good at this. Would you want to stay with us while I was at Carimac? Just in my first year, and I said, would you want to stay? And I'm like, why not? Because I was on a scholarship going to UWI, but I said, I can deal with a little extra money. That would be nice. And I stayed. And that same internship unpaid that became a job is what built an experience platform for me that when the time came and TVJ had an opening, them said, boy, you want to come for the work or not? It wasn't a question about, okay, let's go through a rigorous interview process. I had a conversation, and I thought it was just a conversation. The conversation ended with, when can you start? So you never know when that experience that you're getting, even if it's church, even if it's somewhere at school that you're volunteering, wherever it is, that experience is going to be important. Ask questions. One of the biggest issues I find with practitioners, young practitioners coming in, you don't know if you do something and you hold up, say you don't know if you do it. How are you going to learn? Ask the questions. My role as a facilitator, if you're working with me, is to help you to know. So ask. If I ask you to do something and you don't say nothing, I'm going to expect so you know if you do it. And when 1 hour passed now and the story can't write, I'm going to ask you what happened. And then you're going to say, oh, you're giving me extra. No, ask questions. Don't be afraid. That's the point. We don't know everything.
I just want to say one thing. A lot of people don't ask questions because of ego.
Absolutely.
Quiet the ego.
Quiet the ego.
Quiet the ego and work hard. Yeah.
Give your best foot forward as well while you're quieting that ego, because you never know that one experience with that one person could very well change. My best intern, Sharian Baygrove, I talk about her all the time. And I know NCU is getting excited because she's from NCU, pardon me, Team UTech, but I say that because I worked with her for 2 months. And for my almost 10 years in journalism working with interns, she was my best intern because she asked questions. She came with the mindset, and I leave with my final point, and not make it Miss Daly, which is about being a sponge. You have to learn because you never know what that experience, that thing that you think you take for granted. Look, a few things I can do. I can switch, I can direct. So when I'm not on air, a whole heap of things I can do. You can see me behind the camera, I can take photos. You never know where that one experience will take you. But while you're being a sponge, you also have to sieve out the negative, because there are some people who are deliberately negative to you because they're jealous. Them never reach where you're there as young as you are. Them never believe how him to come and I read news in I'm 20s just so. Them not see the long hours, they don't see it. So while you're gonna be a sponge and learn as much as you can, realize as well that there are people who will be negative because they can, and you have to sift through some of the negative comments. Sometimes there's merit, but sift through it and be your best self.
Well said. And just to close, Tenille?
Yes, I don't have much more to say because I think, that has been covered. But I evolve or die. I know people, the big conversation is about AI and how AI going to take all of our work and so on. AI is not there yet. I use AI. And as a purist, I like to write from scratch and start my own thing. I don't want AI write it for me. But, there is some value in using the tool. And what I've also recognized is that my clients don't know how to use it. AI is still garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't write the correct prompt, if you don't write what it is exactly that you need, if it's a photograph that you need, you must be able to tell it what kind of lighting must be there. You must be able to tell them, says a Jamaican looking man you need with locks and him about a red tam and him this and him that. You have to write the prompt that is so detailed. We really should have a course in prompt writing. So don't be scared to use the tools that are there. I also resisted TikTok because, mighty God. But I've now learned, I have one of my brands that I manage on TikTok, Sud. I don't know if you've seen their social media. We've been on there, February is when we started. And the page just gone viral, so there's very little rhyme or reason. The one thing that we have, the one ingredient that we have there though is the truth. We tell you what the soap can do. We show you who working at the factory. We tell those stories. So I want you to use all the tools that are available to you. And my last point is the skills that you amass, learn to pivot with them. So you learn to produce audio and video. Media don't appear so hot, but advertising is a nice space. Voiceovers, my little, may do a commercial here and there. Because there's so many different facets within what you've already learned and the skills that you've already amassed. Learn to pivot with it in order to make your purpose become profitable.
Round of applause for our panelists. We want to say thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to come here. It's a very interesting conversations. As well, my takeaway would have been, your brand is whatever persons say about you when you're not in that room. All right? I'm Shanice, and I'm your moderator for today. Thank you.
Keep the applause going, ladies and gentlemen.
What a wonderful panel discussion. We could not pay. We couldn't go anywhere and pay for those nuggets that we would have just received. And so I want you to go ahead and put your hands together for the panelists one more time. We really want to say thank you to them again, Mr. Javon Keys, Mrs. Tenille Higgins,
Mr. Saeed Thomas, and Miss Carice Lawrence. Thank you so much. And I just want to say that you can see that we have many, many talents at UTech, right? So my batchmates, along with myself, when we can send in a resume them. Also, I want to leave something with my batchmates. I want to know, them say media not really pay. No, if I will not go make no $5 million, no $10 million. So I want to let you guys know, it's either you increase the sacrifice or you decrease the passion. Right? All right, that's what I want to say. And at this time, I also want to take the moment to shout out our sponsors, as this would not have been possible without you all, without our sponsors. So
we want to say a big thank you to the Lux Shop, Sherwin Williams, Wisinko, Island
Wait. Remember the cue. Remember the cue. All right. Let's go again from the top.
Let's do that one more time. Let's do that one more time. So Deluxe Shop, Sherwin Williams, Wisinko, Island Car Rentals.
We also have Tail Gift Vault JA, WB Trophies Limited, Beans Media Production, and Red Bull. Big up Red Bull all the time. All the time. Big up Red Bull all the time. Right? Red Bull is always sponsoring UTech. So big up Red Bull. I think we have a little ad from Red Bull that will be displayed on the screen right now. Beans Media Production also.
Big shout out to Beans Media Production. You see these lovely things that we have on set? Listen, man, big up on yourself, Beans. We thank you. We thank you.
All right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, we reach one really nice part of the segment. You know what the segment is about? Sure? Sure? No sound so sure, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we reach the exciting buzzer section. Sound sure? All right. Anyways, we are now at the awards ceremony.
In the Bachelor of Arts in Communication Arts and Technology programs curriculum, we have many skills that we have built upon over the years in this program.
From the dreaded studio modules to journalism, script writing, PR, and even motion graphics. I am so glad that Mr. Paul just stepped out because he knows he never did a strong suit in a motion graphics. Boy, God big up the B+. Anyways, moving on. All the intriguing and fascinating in their own way and helping us to prepare ourselves in these skill sets.
A test to see if we can truly own in the world of work as media practitioners.
This test was to show whether having come and seen, we would have conquered our media projects.
Yes. Our greatest achievements to date, our pride and joy. We all toiled many sleepless nights as we aimed to produce the best projects, whether documentaries, campaigns, magazines. You would have heard them all. We worked tirelessly hard to do a wonderful job.
So the class of 2026, they deserve to be recognized for the completion of their media projects. So at this time, we just want to welcome our lecturer in script writing and research methods. Put your hands together for Mr. Rolando Smith to bring our diamonds into the spotlight.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. You can hear me? Okay. All right, I'd like to take this opportunity to big up the final year students on such a stellar execution of your media exhibition, as well as putting on an amazing event. You really deserve a round of applause. Let's put our hands together for them again. All right, so just a quick disclaimer. The list of awardees was provided to me today, and I was not a part of the judging panel, all right? So please bear that in mind. These projects were assessed by internal and external industry partners, and as such, today, I am simply the messenger. So if my technical team is ready to work with me, give me some music, make it nice up the thing, all right? I'm gonna be presenting the awards, but before I do that, I must invite my head of school, Dr. Warwick Latibodier, to join us up here. Can we have a round of applause for him? As he will be assisting us with the presentations. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, in addition to announcing the top student in each category, please bear this in mind that I will be announcing what our adjudicators refer to as honorable mentions. So these are students who would have made the top 3 in the respective categories. but there is somebody that sort of rose to the top, all right? We're going to begin, ladies and gentlemen, with the campaign category. When the honorable mentions are called, I'll just ask them to stand, give a wave, and we'll acknowledge them. But the individuals who have won the categories, I'm going to invite them to come forward. Is that clear? All right, good. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the campaign category, that's where we're going to be starting. These individuals are the honorable mentions. Let's give it up for Mr. Aaron Brown. All right, with his campaign called The Law She Deserves. And let's give it up for Miss Kishana Webb. And of course, her campaign is called Postpartum, It Takes a Village, and also giving special commendations to Miss Trinice Caballero for Inside the Silence. A round of applause for these individuals. But, ladies and gentlemen, there is one person that stood out. In the campaign category, this was a powerful, faith-based initiative, reframing singleness as a season of purpose and wholeness. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jadon Gray. Jadon's campaign again is called Single, Saved, Satisfied, Purpose. Yes, Brother Davoy, I hear you. Purpose, not just preparation. Ladies and gentlemen, Jadon Gray. We're moving quickly to the audio category. Okay, she's going to be having a photo up. Single, saved, satisfied, purpose, not just preparation. Again, it's a powerful faith-based initiative, reframing singleness as a season of purpose and wholeness. We move to the audio category, and of course, our honorable mentions. Please give it up for Miss Tamoni Ellis. All right, her project there, From the Roots to the Fruits. We also give it up for Miss Kartika Carter. Yeah. Children Beyond the System. And finally, in the honorable mentions for the audio category, Miss Kisonia Turner, The Cost of a Dream. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was extremely close, but edging ahead by just 0.25 marks. Please give it up for a compelling audio documentary exploring the psychological and social effects of fatherlessness. Miss Ashley Lindo with Absent Voices, The Impact of Fatherlessness in Jamaica. So that's Absent Voices, The Impact of Fatherlessness in Jamaica. Right. So we now move to, all right, text and image category. And the honorable mentions. We have, first of all, a photo essay. I know as leaf drop of water bottom it rotten. Rotten. Right, rotten. I knew that. All right. That was from Mr. Dominic Porter. And the other honorable mention in the text and image category is a digital magazine called Unfiltered from Anna J. McPherson. Boy, and this one is a little close to my heart because she knows why, because we're both from St. Elizabeth. Miss Beyonce Ebanks would listen. a deeply moving photo essay capturing recovery and resilience following Hurricane Melissa, from ruins to restoration, hope in the aftermath. Miss Beyonce Ebanks is our winner of that category. Yes, Beyonce, you're the winner. So again, this is the text and image category. Her project is entitled Ruins to Restoration, Hope in the Aftermath. Thank you, Dr. Latibodir. I'm going to be calling our Dean of the Faculty, Dr. Granville Pitter, to join us at this time. You have a chair for Dr. Pitter too, you know. Yes. Yes, that's my boss right there. All right. So we're going to go to the video category, and of course we have two honorable mentions. We're starting with Mr. Jadeem Hall and his project, From Grass to Glory. And we must also acknowledge Miss Michaela White with her project called Rooted in Resilience, Standing Strong in the Face of a Changing Climate. And ladies and gentlemen, do you know who is the winner of this category? All right, so the winner is a visually strong and culturally rich documentary highlighting reggae's therapeutic impact. Yes, music that, hold on. Music that heals the bridge between bipolar disorder and reggae music. Mr. Travis Thomas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final category is the website category. All right, I'm going to be giving, all right, hold on. Let's give special commendations to the honorable mention, Mr. Tyrese Spence, for his website called The Real Jamaican Plate. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. DJ, all right. I have to pause for this one, all right? And the reason that we kind of left this one for last, you see, Dr. Peter, we intentionally left this one for last because, you see, it's not every day. In fact, it is rare that a university of good standing, right, Dr. Brown, publicly declares that a student has achieved a perfect score in not just their coursework, but a capstone project. All right. And of course, in a field like ours, media, humanities, the liberal studies, it's so subjective, you know? It can be deeply interpretive and subjective. And this person earned 100% for her website. And I'm going to encourage all of you to check it out when you have time. Her website category, or website category winner, ladies and gentlemen, really distinguished and outdid herself, Miss Kiana Dehaney.
matter, yeah. But I know I had to have it, yeah. For the money, I'm a savage, yeah. I be itching like I have it. Everyone wanna act like they important, but all that mean nothing when I saw my door. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball. Everything custom like I'm at the bar. Put your body to the sky. How could it all make sense when I got millions on my mind? I just put it to the side. Boss said some baby, they can see it in my eyes. See you on TV, sunset, don't change.
Thank you, Dr. Vito. And ladies and gentlemen, just to end by acknowledging, they'll get their awards later or at another time. The top 3 overall students, 3rd place overall is Miss Beyonce Ebanks. Yeah. 2nd place overall is Mr. Travis Thomas. And I guess I don't have to announce the 1st place overall, Miss Kayana Dehaney. Thank you.
Big up to our colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for them one more time. One more time. And, yes, now I know that today, you would have come and seen that the work that we produce over here in Bacat is not a small thing. It's a very big thing. Right?
We would have come, seen, and conquered.
Definitely.
Right? All right. So congratulations again to our Media Magnified 2026 top achievers. And we also want to take this moment to shout out our lecturers. Miss Kerry-Ann Smith McIntosh, Miss Colleen Douglas, and Mr. Joshua Paul.
And while we're on the note of shouting out people, we want to acknowledge the presence of our very own, the president of our university. Listen to me. You see the way how our Dr. Kevin Brown, the way how our president supports this particular faculty, I don't know, but listen, he's very involved. And he's always here to support us. And I have a small feeling that him and my uncle is in some other life. You know, because I just feel like we both embody such greatness. You know? So big up yourself, Uncle Kevin. Big up, big up, big up.
Thank you, Dr. Brown, for gracing us with your presence this afternoon. Now we would just like to highlight our panelists. Please step to the front. We have a little token for you guys. Clap them as they come.
Please put your hands together for them.
Dr. Knife, you included. And now we will ask one of our team leads to do the presentation.
And while we're here bigging up people, in the panel discussion, Mr. Keys would have made mention of a young lady from, I believe it's NCU. And here at UTech, we don't only believe in shining light on ourselves. We believe in giving people their flowers and, acknowledging them. So we want to put our hands together for Miss Shari, and that's her name, right? We want to just put your hands together for Miss Sharian, ladies and gentlemen. Because the fact that he would have spoken so highly of her, it tells that we're really producing. It tells that as a collective Jamaica, we are producing good work. Nonetheless, one fails, right?
One fails. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our panelists. And Dr. Knight, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence this afternoon. And our president is here.
And you know we cannot have our president in our presence and not have him, share some amount of words with us, whether it be some words of encouragement. And he's a man that's very good with words, by the way. We're Browns, we're good with words. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and make welcome Dr. Kevin Brown, the president of the UTech.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Bacat. I'm tired? Boy, I hear, or it's just me, all the cheering going on, and the minute I heal you guys up, I get the weakest response ever. Huh? Well, it is your day, so it's fine, right? I first of all want to say I'm really happy that I could make it here because my diary was fighting me, and I said, but I need to, if it's even half an hour, I need to be here, and we negotiated with, where's Miss Douglas? We negotiated with Miss Douglas yesterday evening. I said, okay, I'm going to try and get here at 2 o'clock, all right? Because my next meeting was 2:30, so I was like, I'm going to try and make it happen. Then the event I went to, they overran and couldn't make it. So I went to the other meeting, and I said, okay, if they're still going, I'm going to go. So I jumped on the live stream, and I saw Javon Keys talking away in the white sofa. I said, okay, the program is still going. Let me rush down there and say hello. So I am very much committed to the Bacat, although I'm an engineer, and I have a very open bias to engineering. However, I am always amazed by the work that is done by the Bacat. And everything I've done since the first day I got here and somebody poked a camera in front of my face to welcome me as president, it typically was a Bacat student or a Bacat staff member who was following me around. And all these events I go to, they're supported by my communications team, and the Bacat is always there, especially for the big productions. So when you see President's Riverside Chat, it's produced by the Bacat or Cat Productions, right? When you see President's Weekly Drop, the editor is right there, Michaela White, right? Who I hear you guys bigging up. There's another name for Michaela. Is it Chippy or? And she's also a footballer as well. Plays football for UTech, the UTech football team. So I'm very close to the Bacat because I can see the impact. And I've said to the Dean Pitter, and your head of school, Dr. Warwick, that for me, I support programs where I see an alignment with our STEM agenda. I support programs where there is growing enrollment and the Bacat continues to grow. And so that is why I invested $14 million in brand new iMac computers for your Mac Lab. And if they haven't told you yet, you're hearing it here first, that we are refurbishing. It's another multi-million-dollar investment in the Bacat program. We are refurbishing the studios in the library. Don't know if some of you are. So that is coming. The only thing that's slowing it down is how quickly Warwick and his team can get the quotations into the procurement department. So we have approved it. I have said go ahead, spend all this money so that hopefully if it's done quickly, then if not this year, certainly early next year, when you go to the library, there'll be a studio fitted out with all the equipment you need, and I look forward to that happening. So my commitment is not just rhetorical. Thought I'd throw that in there for you English majors. All right? It's not just a rhetorical thing. For me, I'm an engineer. I've been trained to solve problems. I've been trained to take action. And so for Bacat, we're investing, we're putting some university cash. Some what? PR courses. Comes with the job, Miss. Can you tell Miss Douglas to leave me alone, please? So Miss Douglas has joined us from the Edna Manley, and I want to welcome her because she has been amazing. She has my phone number. She has my phone number and she uses it quite well. She is an advocate, always an advocate for her students, and always passionate about teaching, right? So I really appreciate her, and I think that is why the Bacat is so special. You have other people like Andrew Smith. You have Lennox, who is always working with our production activities. And of course, Warwick is another one that calls me all the time. So you have you guys, you say I'm taught in PR, you guys are heavy on the lobbying, right? So I'm always having Bacat on my case. And I want the students to notice that your faculty, your staff members are always campaigning for you, right? They really want you guys to have the best, right? So, and that's important. I don't mind it because we have the same shared vision. Now, I know today was very special because for you it's bittersweet, right? The magnificence of Media Magnified also signals that you're about to leave UTech. I hope there are no outstanding modules here now. Right? So it means that you're about to leave UTech, you're about to go out there in the world. And here's the good news, and Javon will tell you. Whenever I go to TVJ or CVM, more often than not, I'm greeted by a Bacat graduate or an intern, right? And when I go into other spaces and someone's poking a camera in my face doing social media, they are Bacat students. And what impressed me recently was the problem. I don't know if it's a good problem to have, Warwick, but I met another student, Warwick, which is the problem we have with this program, we trained her so well that when I saw her at CVM, she wasn't working there, but she was doing social media for one of the guests. I was a guest too. So we left at the same time, and I said, hi, and she said, oh, I'm from UTech, and I'm on the Bacat program. So I said, what are you doing now? And she said, well, I have my own social media thing, and this is actually a job. I'm working with this guy. I'm doing the social media. So I said, have you finished? She said, no, I'm going to come back, but I'm going to come back, but I'm working now. It's a problem we have because what is happening, Knife, is an interesting problem. What is happening that once the students go out there, maybe on internship, or they start to do a bit of on-the-side work, they are so good that either the employer doesn't want to let them come back, or they choose to, the currency, the money captivates them and they don't finish their degree. I want to say to all of you, please finish your degree, right? So, but what I'm trying to say is that your employability is very high. And if someone doesn't give you a job, you have enough skills and training from this program to do it yourself. So this is the beauty of the program. Is there anything bad I can say about the Bacat? No. I'm trying. It is an awesome program. It epitomizes everything UTech. Work-ready graduates that are exposed to technology, right? And this is a technological era. Graduates who are entrepreneurial in their mindset. People that, I'm ticking all the boxes for Knife, by the way, because it's all about small and medium-sized businesses. Now I'm going to end with a little thing about Knife, because I've known Knife as young as Knife looks. We've known each other from I was a student at UTech. Now, these days, Knife is an esteemed academic. Back then, we were student activists, right? You would never recognize us now, right? We've polished up Knife, right? We look good now. Polished Knife, they're suggesting that you still look like a rebel. But I've known Knife from that time, and what I'm trying to say about Knife is that although he's an academic of quite some prestige and accomplishment, he remains someone firmly rooted in social justice and a commitment to young people, as well as a YouTube influencer. Have you seen him on YouTube? No, if they haven't seen you. Right, so you're going to have to look him up now because he does a program on YouTube, which is why when I saw him as your special guest, I said, perfect. Here's someone who's translated their activism. And there's a reason why I'm saying this. When Knife and I when we were student activists, we either had to physically promote our ideas, meaning you would either have to go up there and talk to a crowd, go and demonstrate, block road, and stuff that you shouldn't do, but we did. But now, through social media, you can express all those thoughts. And I am so pleased to see the transition, right? Right, Knife? Because we're not so young anymore. But you have transitioned, and when you listen to Knife, he's articulating, trying to translate and simplify economic terminology, right, to break it down for Joe Public using social media that you have all been trained to master and exploit. So even he has made that transition into the social media space. And so I want to recognize that as well. So he's a good friend of mine. So you're ticking all the boxes. And Javon, I know. So Bacat, you lined me up. I couldn't help it. I had to be here. And I want to congratulate you all. Your projects are amazing. I am 100%. Who scores 100%? Right? Where is she? Kiana? Boy. Kiana and her daughter. Daughter, right? Yes. So, you know, I'm going to have to sign her up. She's getting her application from now, right? I just keep it. You can get 50% off if Kiana comes and works at the university. But like any good floor manager, trained by UTech, I'm getting the rap, right, Javon? So I just want to thank you for having me. I know I've overstayed my welcome, but I really appreciate you all. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to the greatness that you'll go on to achieve. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Brown. From what I am getting, I feel like he kind of loves Bacat more than engineering, but him just now want to put it out there, right? Yeah, because the amount of time when him say Bacat special, me I listen, But thank you so much for gracing us with your presence this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming down to the end of the program, and at this time, I want to invite one of our very own final year students, Mr. Zachary Harrison, to do the vote of thanks.
Okay, thank you to Moni. Thank you to our host Aaron as well, and everyone on the team for making this possible. So I'd like to say on behalf of Media Magnified 2026, the entire Bacat program, the entire graduating class, hopefully of 2026, that yes, hopefully, man. Nothing is certain in this life. With God, we will get through though. So yeah, it wasn't just a simple event, guys. It was a moment. And we at Bacat are so pleased to have shared it with all of you. And you know that we have to big up our lecturers, because I feel like as a student sometimes, I can say firsthand, I feel like our lecturers can go a little bit hard on us sometimes. And after years of being here, you start to realize that it's because they see so much potential in each and every one of us. And then they see our weaknesses, they see our strengths, and they try to bring it out of us in the best way they can. And though we are not perfect, they themselves are not perfect, but we try to work together, and we try to build something together. So I have to big up our lecturers. I see who I can point to. I see Dr. Lewis over there, bigging up people. I see Karen is here. I don't know if she's still here. Megan Thomas, Joshua Paul, Colleen, obviously. Big shout out to Colleen. I know Colleen is so over. And all the other lecturers here. I can't point to everybody right now. And also the technicians as well. It goes for the technicians as well. The technicians, guys, let me tell you something about the technicians at Bacat. You see, when you're doing something wrong, they will make you feel it so hard. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing with the lecturers. They see so much potential in us, and they hate to see us squander it. Because, yeah, man. So they themselves know that because a lot of them are also students and they went through the same process. So they try to guide us as best as can. So big up all of the technicians in here, people. One more time. All right, so next, we've bigged them up already before. We want to shout out all of our sponsors. We mentioned them all before. We know that as much as we as students believe in ourselves, our own talent, our own work rate, we know that we're not perfect and we can't do it without our sponsors that made this event possible. But I want to give a very special shout out to Beans Media. You guys have heard of them already? You guys have heard of them already? You know, the entire, almost everything technical here is done by Beans. What great timing. And everything outside as well, technical. They help us with so much setup. But it didn't just come out of the blue, people. Beans have been supporting Media Magnified for years. They've been supporting Bacat for years. So it's not just something that they just done out of the blue. They see a lot of potential in this program, and they help us out every year, not just for Media Magnified, the entire course, all the year through. And I really hope that for the sake of the year groups to come, that they stick around and continue to help us out, because they've done some amazing work, people. Big them up one more time. All right, so let's wrap up now. I'd like to shout out our panelists and keynote speaker, Dr. Knife, Javon Keys, Saeed. You guys know everyone already. To talk about our panelists for a second, people, we didn't just put some names in a raffle and then swear around with Anino. We never just swear around with Anino on a raffle and pick out some names. We picked these specific panelists because we have seen their work rate, their body of work, and we have seen them use their voice and create real impact in the media space. And because of that, and because of that knowledge that they can share with us here today, we can say that we can take not only a lot for them, but we can only hope to follow in their footsteps. And these media projects that you guys will have seen today, before the program, during, after, you see Kiana getting 100, that is the first step for us to follow in the footsteps of these great people who have paved the way for us. So big up our panelists, people. So Media Magnified is it wasn't just this one day, it was 4 years of continuous hard work, struggles, sleepless nights, and a lot of us will go home with many different memories over the course of the 4 years. But although we can't share all of them with you, there are some that we can definitely share with you, and we hope that you enjoy them and remember them as much as we will for years to come.
Way from first year to final year, and somehow we made it. It wasn't easy. Endless assignments, tight deadlines, sleepless nights, and an array of projects that brought us together to this moment. But through it all, we showed up, we learned, we grew, and while we chased deadlines, we also made memories. The laughter, the moments, the people. That's what stayed with us, because this journey was never just about the work. It was about the connection we made and the stories that we now carry with us. Now is the time to make our voices mean something, to turn everything we've learned into impact. This is our time, our voice, our impact. But beyond the work, there were moments that made it all worth it. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the Media Magnified interview. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling amazing.
Okay.
I am feeling wonderful. I'm feeling amazing.
Give me a minute.
Introduction.
Oh, sorry.
My name is I am.
Okay. Let go.
One more time. Alright.
Okay.
See those vendors.
Get out! Alright,
I'm Joel Francis, and this is One Project, Five Voices.
What? Personally, I knew a man who worked at Faithful. That's a small, like small eatery where a lot of small vendors go and sell. So he now is out of business due to the lack of
So, Kiana, what does it feel to be champion for another sports day?
I just came out here to do my best. And I made my team proud, my coach proud. Big up them all.
Big up, coach.
Big up, coach.
It wasn't about what we created, but the moments that we shared along the way.
Please put your hands together for the tech team. I am not gonna cry. I will save the crying for graduation because, like Zachary said, the hope is that we all make it to graduation. I just want to say congratulations to my batchmates. I am really, really, really proud of you all. We came, we saw, and we conquered, right? And just a reminder to you all, increase the sacrifice or decrease the passion. I am Tamoni Ellis, and it was a pleasure being one of your hosts for this afternoon's Media Magnified 2026, signing out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, when I was watching that, for a moment, I forgot that I was at Media Magnified. I thought I was on an episode of Simsoul. I was listening for the anonymous voice to say, bumps and bruises, scratches and scrapes are a part of what a good life makes. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to know your dream and what you want, but it's an even better thing to go after it. I tell you, let nobody stop you from going after what you want, because you see, if you don't try, you will never know. You will never know. And I encourage I use this moment to also encourage our fellow audience members from NCU. I mean, we know that it's never easy. a whole heap of sacrifice it takes, not just for us at UTech, but for us all as students here at different universities. And so I encourage you today, Karamak as well, you feel like I used to go to Karamak. Yes, and also Karamak, so I just want to use this opportunity to encourage you, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how, there's a gospel song that says, though the battle may be hard. That boy, don't start preaching up in here now. So let me just say, it's a beautiful thing to chase your dreams, and it's even a better thing when you realize that you would have accomplished all that you sought after. And so, on that note, I thank you for having me as one of your hosts for today. The host with the most!
Congratulations, class of 2026.
Class of 2026. Have a wonderful rest of the afternoon. Hey, remember, if you go look on the project, them outside is a big thing. Big up my mommy in the audience. Mommy, I love you. Wave your hands, let them see you. Yeah.
Big up my friends in the audience. I love you. Thanks for coming. Big up the DJ. Big up the tech team. Big up the marketing team.
Since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. They was never friendly, yeah. Now I'm jumping out of Bentley, yeah. And I know I sound dramatic, yeah. But I know I had to have it, yeah. For the money, I'm a savage, yeah. I be itching like I had it, yeah. I'm surrounded 20 bags, yeah. But they didn't know me last year, yeah. Everyone wanna act like they imp. But all that mean nothing when I saw my door. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball, yeah. Everything custom like I'm at the bottom, yeah, yeah. If you winning, put your lighters to the sky. How could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? Coming with it, I just put it to the side. Bought a sense of baby, they could see it in my eyes. My mama called, see you on TV. Sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. I was patient, yeah. Oh, I was patient. Now I can scream that we made it. Now everywhere I go, they say congratulations. Young graduation. I pick up the rock and I ball, baby. I'm looking for someone to call, baby. But right now I got a situation. Never old Ben Franklin. Big rings, champagne. My life is like a ball game. But instead I'm in a trap though. Pot so big, call it Super Bowl. Super Bowl, caught up, get in the rolls. Top flow lifestyle. Huncho and post. Malone. I got a play on my phone. You know what I'm on. Huncho Houdini is gone. I bet me turn up in ya. Drift. I bet me turn up in ya. Acha, no more. Keep up, can't stop. Ooh, singer, me, cross, on, killer. Some move, some rock, some sip my liquor. Move, you, wet, open this up. See a hot girl, me a call her hello. If you see bigger the dance, then the place get mellow.
Right score. One up. Every dance we she bout then shop. Somebody that hype nowadays them flap. We no wait till the price them drop. Figure shop. We no buy y'all nothing and take that back. One up. One up. One up. One up. One up. So put your hand in the air and rock. Everybody hand in the air and rock. Put your hand in the air and rock. Everybody hand in the air and South side. Yes. This one is good. One up. Every dance we she bout then shop. Somebody that hype nowadays them flap. We no wait till the price them drop. Figure shop. We no buy y'all nothing and take that back. One up. One up. One up. One up. Everybody hand in the air and rock. Put your hand in the air and rock. Everybody hand in the air and one up. One up. One up. One up. One up. One. Out when the air come at it. Clean like a whistle and the beast them pretty. I'm here representing the world like a New York City. Out there. Out there. Everybody start move. The world dance start move. Everybody make we start go sound. Everybody make we start go sound. So you know so you're straight generally. When you see me you know I'm happy. Every day so we pressure with it. God man stop breathing tea. Tell them low, low, low we know. Low, low, low we know. Low we know. Everybody in the dance so we start low. Go. Out there. You know what the come at it. I'm here represent for the world dancer. DJ Crew. Out there. Everybody start move.